Oh, okay, guys, it's been too long since I last streamed. So let's get into this. This is a lot of stuff we need to catch up on. Okay, where to start? Where to start? There's so much. Let's get into some of the furthest back news that I haven't really covered. So, the title of this video is Ethan Klein is posting unhinged Hasan fantasies as the world burns. And that's because it's just accurate. And once again, like, I don't know what Denims, Frogan, Casey Tron, Shonda Black have been doing, but Ethan Klein is just spreading right wing propaganda to his audience base. And I think it is important to cover the lies and pro Israel propaganda that he is spreading because you just have ridiculous posts from his audience and they don't know the first thing about this conflict at all. So they're saying that, oh, like, okay, there's a whole Mike from PA scandal. One thing that I wanted to look at is where was it? I saw this thing on, like, once again, people criticizing Hasan more so than the actual perpetrators of this conflict. So you have here Hasan wonders why we only hear from stupid people about Israel and Palestine. And once again, like, this is because it's Hasan's criticizing Willie Mack and Ethan Klein, who really don't know the first thing about what's going on in Israel and Palestine and don't actually cover it at all. They just criticize the people that are covering it. And Hasan gets mad about that and, like, obviously frustrated. And then you have Ethan Klein's audience being like, oh, well, like, Hasan's just, he's just mad that Willie Mack and Ethan Klein are, like, owning him in the YouTube drama department rather than it actually being a real political issue that should be covered. So once again, just like, okay, there's so much shit. Let's start off with this. Rashed Al-Haddad has been harassed by Ethan Klein for about 2 years now. I guess ever since 2023 when Hasan first interviewed him. Was that 2023 or 2024? I think it was 2023. So, but yeah, he's been getting harassed by Ethan Klein for years now. And Ethan has gotten his entire audience to just call Rashed Al-Haddad a terrorist. And that's because Ethan himself calls Rashed Al-Haddad a terrorist. And once again, he's just a teenager, now young adult, in Yemen that, as we've said multiple times before, Yemen has some of the highest gun ownership per capita in the world. And just because Rashed Al-Haddad owns a gun doesn't mean that he's actually affiliated with the Houthis, doesn't mean that he's actually, like, hanging out with the hostages. In that interview that Hasan did with Rashed, they were talking about, like, what they did with the hostages, and that can be interpreted a number of different ways. There is a way where you can interpret it where it's like Rashed saying that he was there, but there's also a way to interpret it that he said, like, we, as in, like, the Yemeni people were there, or the people that were actually with the hostages were hanging out with them, doing stuff like that. So Ethan Klein is harassing this guy, and the guy's like, I'm going to sue Ethan Klein. So he starts this GoFundMe, and you can see here the person who posted this is just a disgusting human being. This guy is someone who lives in Yemen, which has been bombed by America multiple times in the past few years. It survived a genocide with Saudi Arabia and a man-made famine from Saudi Arabia, and the people, and it's going through, like, currently undergoing a civil war right now, and they're just mocking him, right? Rashed Al-Haddad, aka Tim Houthi Chalamet / Houthi Luffy / Anne Frank, just mocking the idea that Yemen is undergoing a man-made famine, or has undergone a man-made famine, has officially launched a fundraiser to sue Ethan. The so-called Ethan Klein, as if it's not his real name. So just criticizing him, obviously, but let's read a little bit about what this is. So he says, I'm Rashed Al-Haddad, who became famous on the Galaxy leadership when Yemen seized it and asked them to lift the siege on Palestine, and they would release the ship. Then I took pictures on board the Galaxy leadership and announced my solidarity with Palestine. Once again, you do not have to be a member of the Houthis to actually have been on the Galaxy leadership. That was just a kind of a tourist attraction for the Yemeni people when they had it captured. My videos reached millions of views in the world, and then I did interviews in international newspapers, and I told them the most important thing is the Palestinian cause. Then they said I am a handsome young man, and I responded to them that this is not the appropriate time to talk about beauty, and that the Palestinian cause is the most important, and we must focus on it. Then I did an interview with Hasan on Twitch and Instagram. After that, the so-called Ethan Klein responded and criticized me by saying that I'm a Houthi terrorist and caused me many problems, including blocking all my accounts on social media. I was also unable to travel to other countries because I was described as a terrorist, knowing that I am a 20-year-old Yemeni citizen, a worker who does not belong to anyone. In all my interviews, I tell them I'm a citizen who only expressed solidarity with the Palestinian cause, and this is what happened. Now I want to hire a lawyer and file a lawsuit against the so-called Ethan Klein. I hope that you can support my case, and all the love and respect to you all. That's the third thing. Link to support my case in my profile. And love this from the fucking love this from the community in Ethan Klein's podcast. Guy uses more filters than an insecure middle-aged Karen. It's like, he just looks good. Like, it just looks like a normal picture. It doesn't look filtered at all. Anyway, so we have that. Let's see if we can find more of this shit about all of this. I have so many tabs open right now, guys. Yeah, Ethan Klein was getting sued by them. So let's actually go to Ethan Klein's. Okay, so here's another quote from Rashed. Also, some of the posts that Ethan Klein quoted against me and said that I'm threatening are not true. Those posts were written through Google Translate, and I did not know that the translation was wrong. He took advantage of me. Obviously, like, he's not actually a fucking terrorist. And when you say, like, Ethan will jump to the fucking, like, Twitter reply that he made where he was asked, are you a soldier? And he said yes. And then Ethan says that, oh, well, I'm totally justified in calling him a terrorist. So let's see. So right off the bat, this is his first tweet, or his first Instagram story that he made. I will not give up my case against Ethan Klein when he described me as a terrorist who caused me problems, and I closed all my accounts and I couldn't travel to other countries because of this. And Ethan says, you are a terrorist. And this is something that, you know, I think Ethan understands, but he doesn't really want his audience to understand this. But when he's just sitting on his toilet and making these Instagram posts, and when he's just like yapping it up on his podcast, criticizing people and harassing them, this causes them real issues. This has real consequences to them. This isn't just like an internet beef, and it's not just making them feel bad. Like when Ethan was getting criticized by Sean DeBlack, Denims, Casey Tron, Frogan, even Hasan, that just made Ethan feel bad, but it didn't actually give him any real life consequences. And that's why he had to make such a big deal out of the fact that CPS was called to his house, or he had someone deliver skulls to his house. Once again, these are immaterial things. It's not like there were real consequences to any of the actions that he's had. He hasn't lost any family members. Like, his entire circle, his friend group, his family, they're all rich, they're all isolated. They're not getting their social media accounts taken down. They're not getting banned from entering countries because of the things they're saying. In fact, Ethan Klein has taken the state propaganda line. He's taking that position where if you go against that state propaganda position, if you actually do criticize Israel, then you can see consequences due to your freedom, to your social media, to your ability to travel across state lines and travel in and out of the country. That is a real consequence, and Ethan has taken the opposite side of that. He is a supporter of the state. But I don't know, his crew, I think that like his fan base is so far gone that the people that still watch him might actually relish the fact that he's ruining people's lives like this. And what is he ruining their lives for? For taking a stand against genocide. That's what he's ruining their lives for. So we have that, and he just doubles down and he says, "You are a terrorist." Which, once again, like, if you're going to be sued for defamation, maybe doubling down and reasserting that he's a terrorist without any actual substantial reasonings. Again, his only substantial reasoning is that Rashed Al-Haddad said, like, "Yes, I am a soldier." Oh, and he showed up with a gun. That's Ethan's substantial reasoning for why he's saying he's a terrorist. Which I do think is funny. Oh yeah, and then Ethan Klein posted a fun little, and then he's just freaking the fuck out over Ian and Anissa, who are his favorite punching bags. Let's go to, I think, the most recent episode of this has Ethan talking about this lawsuit. Oop, that's not what I'm looking for. Rashed Al-Haddad is great. All he's done is talked about the genocide that's been going on, and Ethan has smeared him as a terrorist, basically done his best to try to ruin Rashid's life. So there's a
in this clip. He's in
show
Cats,
going on right now. I think I saw here that he was talking about getting sued by Rashed. Now there's a lawsuit. Oh yeah, let's take a look at this.
That she has drawn what I perceive as lolly characters that look underage that make rules here, you know?
You know, unrelated to all this, I just busted a nut on the front door, and you know what? Don't knock until you try it.
Not to that.
No, I said unrelated. I wasn't here.
Okay, hopefully.
Yeah,
You
no,
did
no.
what now?
You missed.
Ethan will fill you in later at home.
We were watching a WoW streamer, and he was telling his girlfriend about how he used to come on his hand and fling it at the wall.
Jesus Christ, who gives a what the fuck is these people's issues?
Hole. So, added to the list of horrible things about denims. Let me see if we got any other.
So you know we're at 3:16.
Yeah, let me see if there's other Warzone stuff real fast. Oh God, the Houthi Luffy kid's been tweeting at me. This was such a bizarre tweet. I just responded with what? Ethan Klein sends me porn girls to try to seduce me and then uses it against me with threats, and I'm telling you not to try and do nothing. You're playing with fire. Sir, what are you doing on Twitter?
What?
What?
Whatever it is, it doesn't sound haram. I can say that, Abi?
It doesn't sound haram. So yeah, I don't know what the hell he's talking about here, but once again, could you actually address the real allegations that he's leveling against you, which is you're saying he's a terrorist when he's just like a 20-year-old guy in Yemen.
Yeah.
I don't think the Houthis approve of whatever this guy's doing on Twitter. I'll keep a secret, though. There was another one he tweeted out that I think is on the subreddit right now about him wanting to sue me. Oh, it's in my stories right now. Oh, wait, sorry. It's here already. Right here. Let's see. This one's from today, this morning. Why did Ethan Klein say that I'm a terrorist, even though I am not? I'm a Yemeni citizen. By the way, weapons in Yemen are just like phones. Anyone can own them. I want to file a lawsuit against Ethan Klein. Well, shall we go back over? Let's see. You were on a boarded, hijacked plane. You were hanging out with captive.
He's on a boarded, hijacked plane? Is he talking about the Galaxy Leader ship? Like, once again, this guy isn't really has the best track record with reality. That Galaxy leader, I'm like, let's just look it up. Galaxy leader. Galaxy leader. Let's see if we can. Hijacking in 2023. They were on from Turkey to Pipavov, India. The Houthi hijacking took place near the Yemeni port city of Hodeidah. At least 10 armed Houthi hijackers used a military helicopter to board the vessel. So was Rashed part of that 10 group of armed hijackers? So through hostages, 2 Bulgarians, 3 Ukrainians. The Houthis turned the ship into a tourist attraction. Oh, that's interesting. But only terrorists, only like actual Houthis were allowed to tour the boat, right? It was just a way to build up morale within the ranks of the Houthis. After the ship was seized and brought to Hodeidah, Yemeni visitors were brought via motorboat to Galaxy Leader for tours. Some took selfies as rifle-toting Yemenis patrolled the deck, and Yemeni social media influencers danced on board the ship. Pro-Hamas graffiti was also scrawled on the ship. The Houthis also used the ship as a set for a propaganda music video entitled Axis of Jihad, in which Houthi poet Issa Al-Haddad appears on deck and sings Death to America and Hostile Zion, by God, we shall not be defeated. Galaxy Maritime repeatedly called for the release of its 25 crew members, saying that they have no connection whatsoever to the ongoing Gaza war. Sure. So let's see, what's this link? Because this is Wikipedia after all. 24. I visited the hijacked Red Sea ship that's now a tourist trap. Oh, the Times. Oh my God, guys, does the Times have a terrorist writing for them? Shema Bakht and Larissa Brown. 8 men in their 20s are sitting in a blue fishing boat, their headdresses billowing in the winds, eyes wide with excitement, and locked on the cargo ship that is now only minutes away. 4 small boats join this Red Sea sunset tour, departing from the port of Hodeidah, western Yemen at 5 p.m. and arriving about half hour later at the Galaxy Leader, a British-owned, Japanese-operated ship that was hijacked last month by Houthi rebels and has since been transformed by them into a family-friendly tourist attraction. But all of those people are terrorist families, right? That's what we're talking about. They're all terrorist families. The crew of 25 who have been held captive since the attack on November 19th, which marked the start of a series of attempted hijackings in the Red Sea. Part of the ship is not accessible to Yemen tourists, but their whereabouts is confidential army information. Mohammed Al-Rasa, 20, a Yemeni singer and songwriter, terrorist singer and songwriter, I think that's what we're getting here, chose to visit the ship last week. Local businesses have said hundreds are still queuing at the port waiting to visit. Hundreds of terrorists waiting to visit the ship. Rasa filmed his journey, which he said was free for the people from his seaside town. Wow, they weren't even charging. Of course they weren't charging, because it's a non-for-profit terrorist group. But he visited to rejoice and enjoy the ship because it belongs to Israel, and to salute the people who took the Galaxy Leader for Palestine. We're celebrating that Yemen will target any ship heading to Israel if it does not respond accordingly to Yemen forces, he explained. His video shows dozens of men and children, terrorist children. God damn, they start them young in Yemen, right? I mean, they teach them at 2 years old to hate America, according to Hila Klein. Yemeni flags have been raised along the main mast, vents, and valves are now covered in Arabic terrorist writing, after being signed by visiting tourists. Along the bow, crowds have formed as some wait to have their photograph taken to prove they have spent time on board, while others wait to jump 45 foot off the edge and into the water. Damn, that'd actually be kind of fun. So, yeah, so according to once again, Ethan Klein has such a hate boner for this 20-year-old person in Yemen that he said that in his interview with Hasan, he had the Houthi flag billowing in the wind behind him, when in reality it was just like a gray filter of a background for Rashed. And now, when he's being called out for basically like racistly calling this 20-year-old kid in Yemen a terrorist, he doubles down and says he's hijacking a plane, which only terrorists can go on, right? He was on a hijacked plane. I mean, holy shit, dude. The guy's, he's just so fucking, like, he's so racist. He really is.
Let's see. You're on a boarded house like phones. Anyone can own them. I want to file a lawsuit against Ethan Klein. Well, shall we go back over? Let's see. You're on a boarded hijacked plane. You're hanging out with captive.
No, he wasn't. He never said he was hanging out with He never said he was hanging out with the hostages. We can find that clip of the Hasan interview, and it's pretty clear that he said like the people that were hanging out with the hostages made them hate America.
Hostages. You are tweeting. Sorry, I hijacked the boat, the Galaxy. Boats, trains, automobiles.
Oh, it's all the same thing. A boat, a plane. It's all terrorism.
Trains,
airplanes, and automobiles.
In a galaxy far, far away.
The Galaxy. He was on board the Galaxy, the pirated cargo vessel.
Yeah, I mean, once again, when we talk about defamation, the bare minimum Ethan Klein can do is like look up the Galaxy leader and find out that it was turned into a tourist attraction by the Yemenis or by the Houthis, so that it wasn't actually like only terrorists can appear on that boat. And also, he can do the bare minimum research to find out that Yemen has some of the highest gun ownership in the world. And so not only terrorists have guns, which are two claims that he's made multiple times before. Like, if he did even the bare minimum to try to make sure that what he said was factually true, he would understand that what he was saying is completely incorrect. And so, yes, he's just lying to smear this person. And I don't think that saying, oh, I didn't know it was a lie is a good enough defense when it's some of the easiest research you can do, which takes like literally 10 seconds.
He's constantly tweeting out Houthi propaganda accolades.
He's tweeting out Houthi propaganda, and so he's a terrorist.
Got from the Houthis. He, and also just lots of generally terrible shit about wanting to kill Jewish people. Oh yeah, also somebody.
No, he didn't. He specifically said that he wanted to kill Zionists, and in the interview with Hasan, he said like Jewish people are our friends. I'm just against Zionists, and Ethan Klein just hallucinates, and he somehow he has a weird form of dyslexia where he changes the term Zionist into Jew. And that's why he thinks he's anti-Semitic. Also, being anti-Semitic doesn't mean you're a terrorist. Like, let's just get that thing out there. If you put out propaganda supporting terrorist groups, that doesn't mean you're actually a terrorist. Like, what, are you a member of the Israeli government, Ethan, because you put out propaganda supporting Israel? Is that the type of logic that you really want to be using on your show?
They asked him if he was a soldier, and his response was yes. Very, very compelling stuff. So I responded and I said, treat me like one of your Filipino hostages, daddy.
Oh my god. I mean, crickets, other than Gila just getting the fucking the racist enjoyment out of the tweet, right? Other than Gila just being a racist piece of shit. Complete silence in the crew.
So I responded and I said, treat me like one of your Filipino hostages, daddy. Rating?
Is that actually how you said?
That's what I wrote. I wrote that. Is that funny or no?
It's kind of funny.
I thought it was funny.
That's what I wrote. It's in my stories right now.
Oh.
Once again, you're being sued for, a lawsuit is being threatened of you defaming someone and calling them a terrorist. And what do? You double down. You say that you are a terrorist and treat me like one of your hostages, which is a wild thing to say. That's a crazy thing to say. When you're being accused of calling this guy a terrorist and defaming him.
Better than I expected, if I'm being honest.
I thought it was.
I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to assert that you are a terrorist back to him.
Right, but you did it in a less angry rant way and just in a funny quip way.
Yeah.
I prefer the funny
surprising.
quips. I prefer the quips.
Yeah.
Personally.
Look, I don't always have.
I'm here for the quips. I'm not here for the rants,
The Then just show up when you want. Fair weather.
That's what I do.
I'm an all-season warrior. So that's fun.
So that's fun. So he has no defense for this, right? He said he had a gun. Everyone in Yemen has guns. He went on the Galaxy Leader. It was a tourist attraction for Yemen that journalists went on. I guess all of these journalists are terrorists as well. It was a family-friendly tourist attraction, so I guess it's like terrorist families, right? On Twitter, he was posting anti-Zionist propaganda, which is just a good thing to do when Zionists are doing a genocide. And then someone said, "Are you a soldier?" And he said, "Yes," which he explained as like not understanding the Google Translate. I think it's also fair to say, like, how many times has Ethan called himself a soldier? Like his segment where he attacks Hasan, Denims, and everyone that he disagrees with online is literally called a war zone. Like, what did he just say here?
Then just show up when you want. Fair weather.
That's what I do.
I'm an all-season warrior.
So he's literally just stopped. He literally just got done saying this guy is a terrorist because he said he's a soldier. And then Ethan goes on to say, "I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior where I'm a warrior in all seasons." I mean, holy shit. It's literally the same. You haven't even gotten into the other timestamp yet. And he's like, this guy's a terrorist because he said he's a soldier online. 5 seconds later, "I'm a warrior and I will just do this war zone bullshit all the time. I'm never going to stop. I'm an all seasons warrior." You're such a fucking loser, dude. Why don't you actually give me some evidence that he's a terrorist? Or shut the fuck up and just take your lawsuit like a man. Don't be like, "You are a terrorist." Don't be like, "Oh yeah, treat me like your hostages." Having your fucking Reddit call him Anne Frank. I mean, that's a ridiculous mocking thing to do, both to Rashed Al-Haddad and to Anne Frank. They're making fun of these people for living in like minority groups that have been oppressed. It's just disgusting. Everything about this person is disgusting. I wish Ethan was on a substance. I mean, people are saying that he is because of this weird sunglasses thing that he did. Anyway, is there anything else on here? Okay, so we'll watch a little bit more of this. We'll go back to this podcast. But while we're on the subject of Ethan Klein just being a fucking freak, this is what I thought was interesting. So we're gonna go over some of this stuff. What is this? Yeah, so he's like calling Hasan a Hamas propagandist too. He says Hasan is a Hamas agent. I just want to go over a little bit more stuff. So this is interesting to me. I have no idea what's going on, and maybe in chat you guys can let me know if you know more about this than me. But so this one person, I don't know who this is. Let's check it out. It's Mr. Burger. Let's look up who is this? Who posted this? Nurdeen Kizwani. Let's take a look at Twitter. We're going to learn stuff together with each other. Nurdeen Kizwani. Hopefully the Twitter pops up. So this is an American activist. Oh, the ADL has a website about her. Oh, we're gonna have to check that out for sure. Palestinian, Muslim, New York City, founder of WO Within Our Lifetime Palestine. So now that hashtag Jacob Berger has weaponized the following he built off the backs of dead Palestinians to attack Palestinian organizer Nurdeen Kizwani, I'd encourage people to read the article I wrote, Jewish Supremacy in the Palestine Solidarity Movement. Okay, so I don't know what the deal with Jacob Berger is. Let's just like read a little bit about this. See, let's just search up Jacob. What the hell? Jacob. What the? come on. Is this Control F not working on here? Phrase not found. Well, it's on here. Right, burger. God, I fucking hate this website. I don't know. So, what's this drama? Just so we can get to the bottom of this. Jacob Berger. Jacob Berger is a creep. He's a racist fetishist. What do we have here? White men 2 minutes after feeling the love of a Lebanese woman, Lebanese women for the first time. Ew, okay. So what is this? He sexually harasses and fetishizes Arab women, according to multiple reports. So let's just take a look at what Nardine says. Several women have described feeling unsafe around him, especially in activist spaces. So he's another sex pest. And I guess he fetishizes Arab women, and so he uses the opportunity to be an activist to like target Arab women. He joined a solidarity flotilla and then voluntarily signed self-deportation orders, abandoning others who went on a hunger strike while still in captivity. When people asked him about it, he blocked them too. He's repeatedly claimed that he sacrifices more than Palestinians, as if abandoning a failed Hollywood career to go live stream on TikTok for donations. Holy shit, dude. He's getting dressed down by Nardine Kizwani. To go live stream on TikTok for donations is more than surviving occupation, displacement, and bombing. He centers himself in everything, even when talking to Palestinians and on live streams. It's me, how he suffers, how he is censored, how he gives up fame while literally grifting off a genocide. If you felt uneasy about him, you're not alone. Palestinians have been warning for a long time. Many are blocked when they raise concerns. This isn't cancel culture, it's protecting the movement from exploiters. If your solidarity is self-promotion, it's actually extraction. Did it occur to anyone here that he is a comedian and may have been joking? Please stop this BS. Arab men fetishize Arab women more than this guy could have. Not to mention the non-existent Arab street in the Arab world. Arab street in the Arab world? What happened to all the Arab men in there? What the fuck? Okay, anyway, this is just Twitter replies. I don't think we're going to get anything of much value from there. But anyway, so Ethan Klein picked up on this. So I don't know what this man does in his free time, but he's like patrolling the internet, finding any kind of criticism against like just someone that he might like or someone in his general circle or anyone criticizing him on the internet at all. And he just like rips into them. Like, this is like a full-time job that he's spending. You think that Ethan's job is actually just showing up to work for like 3 hours a day, 4 days a week. You think that's what his job is, but his actual job is 24/7 patrolling the internet, finding any little loose thread that he can pull on to try to encourage this kind of cycle of vitriol and harassment so that he can get views on his podcast. He just like posts this random shit on Instagram at just crazy hours of the day and then brings it up on his podcast to talk about too, to make him feel good. So anyway, we have this post from Ethan Klein. This dude moved to Egypt to be closer to Gaza. He was a passenger on a flotilla headed for Gaza and basically paused his entire life to dedicate all his time to helping Gazans. I love that too. But there was one small problem. He's tricky Jew. Can someone check with Hasan, Idubs, or Anissa? I've been told I'm hallucinating anti-Semitism by them. Let them know. And I think that this is really like the heart of the matter with Ethan Klein. He's crazy. He's crazy, and he calls any kind of criticism towards him, Hila, or any other Jewish person, whether it's valid or not, as anti-Semitism. And so then when you get real anti-Semitism and there's actually hate crimes against Jewish people, what does he expect? He's like the boy that cried wolf. If you say that, oh, you're being a psycho freak that's harassing people online just to get views on your podcast, and you call that anti-Semitic, people aren't going to take you seriously when you try to actually cover real anti-Semitism. So, like, once again, we can take a look at this shit. Look, another lawsuit. Ethan's like, oh yeah, criticizing this guy for basically sexually harassing people in these spaces is anti-Semitic. And then you bring on Harley to talk about anti-Semitism, and he actually brings up Nazis. Are you seriously going to try to make Nazis the same as pro-Palestinian activists that are trying to rid themselves of someone who's sexually harassing them? Like, are you actually going to make those the same thing in your audience's minds? Where any kind of criticism towards Ethan or Hila, that's the exact same as talking about real Nazis that are like truly anti-Semitic. So let's see if I can find a post from one of these guys. Oh yeah, this one. So like, why isn't Ethan Klein bringing up posts like this that are against him? So this guy who's like harassing Harley Morenstein, I think, said, "I used to like Jewish people, then I met them." That's just anti-Semitic. That's a guy posting anti-Semitic bullshit on his Instagram to try to attract a Nazi following. But Ethan Klein is like, oh, Harley talks about anti-Semitism, but it's also anti-Semitic to say that it's also anti-Semitic to criticize Israel. That's the fucking shit he's doing, and that's why he's like doing a huge disservice to his audience, making them think that the left and the right are the same thing. And let's get this straight. This isn't just because he's dumb. This is because he's running defense for the genocide that Israel's doing. If you say that criticizing Israel makes you morally equal to a fucking Nazi online, then what do you think the people in his audience are going to do? They're going to not want to criticize Israel, and he's weaponizing them to attack the people that are criticizing Israel, right? In Ethan's mind, in his community that is built up, the only acceptable way to criticize Israel is if you criticize Israel and you criticize Hamas as equal and opposite forces in this war that he's saying. And that is enabling genocide to happen, because if it's equal and opposite, then it's like, oh, well, it's just like a quagmire, right? Both sides are stuck at an impasse and we can just turn a blind eye to it. And what happens when you turn a blind eye to genocide? The genocide happens. And so what he's doing is just allowing Palestinians to die and forcing his audience to, he's like encouraging his audience to attack people that are speaking out about what Israel's doing and saying that they're anti-Semitic, they're as bad as Nazis. Okay, so what else were? Oh yeah, so let's just like cover up. Let's finish covering this crazy shit. Where the fuck was I? Where? Oh, shit, I need to close some of these tabs. Okay, here we go. So anyway, so he says that he's a tricky Jew because this guy was getting criticized by Nardine Kizwani, and she never actually brought up the fact that he was Jewish. She just said that he was basically a sex pest. And then he says, oh yeah, she's saying that he's a tricky Jew. And then he's like, can someone check with Hasan, Idubbbz, or Anissa? Like, he just, I don't know, man. These people, he just wants any opportunity to attack them, and they're completely unrelated here. I think it's hilarious. Anyway, so then she says, sorry I don't tokenize my Jewish friends and comrades to defend myself from baseless accusations. I guess Arab women are supposed to stay silent whenever someone Jewish is involved. Wouldn't want to be called anti-Semitic for speaking up, which, yeah, is exactly what Ethan did do. And then he says, the girl with a microphone tweets has already spoke to Ethan about this, and he removed it the same night. So he basically baselessly accuses that Nardine of being anti-Semitic and outing this person simply because he's Jewish. And then this chick that's on YouTube that Ethan Klein is like, I don't know, is forming a relationship with now, is like DMing Ethan. She's like, Ethan, this is really stupid. Like, don't post this. It makes you look completely unhinged. And then he's like, and then she's like, yeah, he's all caught up on Mr. Burger now. But yeah, like once again, he called her anti-Semitic, never issued an apology for that or anything. And then once again, you have an example of Ethan Klein defending a sex pest, right? Like last week, I talked about the stark difference in the way that Ethan Klein treated Jimmy Lee for being outed as a sex pest, and the way that Hasan treated Lol Overruled, where Hasan's like, this isn't drama, we actually need to like cut ties with him, this is serious shit, he needs to work his shit out, but I'm not going to sit here and defend him, even though he might be someone that like my audience likes, he might be someone that I personally liked, I'm not going to sit here defend him, this is like atrocious behavior, it's not just drama farming. And Ethan's like, oh well, we can make content out of Jimmy Lee, I wish he'd come back onto the podcast. And they're like, dude, no, you're fucking crazy. Anyway, he considers any criticism of anyone who happens to be Jewish as anti-Semitism. And while we're on this, let's take a look at I wanted to take a look at one more thing, if this shit is working. Here. You think he's paid? He seems exactly like the guy who pursues petty feuds against all reason just because he's mad at someone. I mean, Ethan Klein's not paid for any of this shit. He's just been brainwashed by Israel. This is how Israel works. They bring you over on your birthright trip and make you think that Israel's like the greatest country in the world. They teach you like Israeli propaganda at school. America serves to brainwash people and to support Israel as well. Like we're seeing the effects of Israel's propaganda campaign. Okay, so holy shit, I need to fucking close tabs. Okay, first of all, can I mute this stuff? Here we go. Wanted to find, I should have gotten these ready, but I wanted to find, let's see, let me just search here. That's how it's spelled. So this is what I wanted to play. I mean, while we're talking about Ethan Klein defending sex pests, this is the last appearance of Jimmy Lee, and you can just see how Ethan was actually heartbroken that Jimmy Lee was forced to leave the show because he was a sex pest. So let's just like sit back and enjoy this really quick.
And I'm telling you, you can stay, but I'm gonna have to be.
But I don't want to stay and drag dirty laundry and do. I came to see you guys have fun. We have a big thing at Pink's tomorrow, and
it's not an option.
Jimmy,
what?
You're an adult.
I'm an adult, but I didn't do. But Hill, I didn't do nothing wrong. I let a content creator go that doesn't match what we do.
Do you think that if you come here unannounced, we're not going to bring up the stuff that we want to bring up?
I probably would say to that, no, you're going to bring up what you want to bring up.
Of course.
All right, so let's do it.
So we're going to bring it up.
So Mason, who's a mutual of ours, he was your meme editor. We've knew him because he was always posting crazy memes on your story.
So that's the reason we're trying to be more serious with content and get somewhere, and we don't want to do memes and be
that's your
low-cal, and we have a whole different team.
That's
so
your story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the deal.
He reached out to us and said, I have something I need to tell you about Jimmy. Fuck that guy. I hate him. He's the worst.
That's because we stopped paying him.
Well, let me tell you what he told us.
Tell me what he said.
He told us that you were on a shoot with his girlfriend and you slapped her ass.
So they came to LA one day when we did a comedy shoot and we did an event at the Sky Bar, and they helped me film and edit a little bit. And I did not hit her or do anything. They were helping me film. No,
I touch your ass?
No.
Did you make any sexual comments about her?
No, it's his girlfriend, and he's my filmer.
Yeah.
And they came for a half-day shoot, Ethan.
Mason wasn't there, so this is all according to his girlfriend.
And the girlfriend...
So his girlfriend's lying?
Let me explain. The girlfriend and him came to the Sky Bar. It was 1 hour for a posh event. And Saturday they came. We had a shoot, Hill. It was like 10 to 8 at night, and they came at like 12 or 1 in the afternoon and left at 5. Okay? So how long were they with me? They were with me about an hour at the posh nightclub, where it's a fashion show, where I know some of the people. They're like B actors. And then they were with me on set. They came late and left early when I did my big shoot. Okay? Now, I have 2 security guards. I have 4 cameras going. And they were back-end people filming because they do social media. I don't really have time to flirt with a girl and touch them and do anything. I'm doing
comedy. How long does it take to pat someone's ass?
But that wasn't what I was doing. I'm not there for that.
So she's lying.
I didn't touch the girl.
So she's lying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you say it's absurd that you would ever do something like that? That you would feel up on a girl and
Dan,
be inappropriate?
Hug people and love them.
Uh-huh.
And I create a lot of FOMO and have entourages that
So there's
travel with
another
me.
scenario in the recent live show that
I hug people and love them. That's what the man says.
we had in the back room.
Wait, what?
Yeah, this is what I was about to bring up.
Wait, did I know about this?
Yeah.
I don't even know what
One
you
of
guys
our
are.
So Ethan Klein knew about the harassment that his own employee received from, Ethan's favorite guest on the show, right? Ethan's favorite creature from his menagerie that he's collected throughout the years. And he just forgot about it, right? He just forgot about the sexual harassment that his employer received on the show.
talking
production
about.
assistant was hanging in the back room, and you kept like saying, "Oh, you're so beautiful," and like kind of like
Wait,
putting
Whispering
your
stuff,
hands on
putting
her.
your arms around her, touching
God, I
her.
didn't know about that.
Me?
Listen to his acting. Oh my, what? What? Oh my god. Oh my god. I didn't even know about this at all. What? This is news to me.
Yes,
Who,
you.
who was the girl?
I'm not going to say who it is out loud.
I don't even
because
remember.
wanna
Oh,
identify
I know her. She's
part
very,
of-
she's very trustworthy.
She's very trustworthy, and you know who was
I didn't
there
know he
and
did
witnessed
that.
it is
Yeah,
my girlfriend who
I
watched
was
it.
there, so we have.
Oh,
So
she was
Dan, you know
there.
my
Yeah,
problem
she was
is
there too.
I love people and I'm friendly and I hug guys and girls when
But
I
asked you
do
in the beginning, are you a kid or are you a
touring
grown-up?
stuff and
Am I
I'm not
talking
hitting.
to a 5-year-old or a grown-up? I'm talking to a married man, right?
You're talking to
Yeah, and I'm
You
married
think
and
that's
I'm
an
loyal to my
appropriate way?
wife.
You think your wife would be happy to hear that?
This is
Oh
a
my
jury.
God, you guys.
I shouldn't have come on.
Yeah, no
I mean,
shit.
Yeah, for
Why did
your
you
own
show
sake.
up?
Well, hold on, Jimmy.
Exactly.
Hold on,
I
hold on.
shouldn't have come on.
Yeah.
I made a mistake, Dan. You were right. I apologize to you guys that came on, but you know what? I came on.
Do you want
You
to
should
hold
talk
on?
to
Let's
them
clear it
like
up.
you
Let's
want
clear it up.
people to hear.
What did Ali tell you, Dan? Because
So now Ethan's like, oh, well, let's get to the bottom of this. Even though my producer or like my production assistant talked to my producer and my wife about how she felt uncomfortable, let's put some pressure on this. What exactly did she tell you, Dan? Don't leave, Jimmy. Don't leave. Come on. Everyone can sit down. The guy who preyed upon my employee and will like really put some pressure and grill my employee's statements and see if they hold up to scrutiny. That's what this fucking guy's doing. Once again, this is in light of two like harassment allegations against Jimmy Lee, and Ethan's like, okay, well, let's like really pressure test the second one.
this is kind of I didn't internalize this.
I didn't internalize.
No, I know you
this.
didn't come for this.
Ethan Klein hears he hears that his production assistant was sexually harassed by his favorite creature, and then he's like, I didn't internalize the harassment. Please wait. Please stay, Jimmy.
Do you want
You
to
should
hold
talk
on?
to
Let's
them
clear it
like
up.
you
Let's
want
clear it up.
people to hear.
What did Ali tell you, Dan? Because this is kind of I didn't internalize this.
I really am because I didn't come for this.
No, I know you didn't come for this.
I didn't
But
come
you
for this.
can
Or
talk for a
you.
fluff piece.
Well, hold on.
I'm sure the women didn't come
Jimmy,
for that
Jimmy,
either.
You're here.
Yeah, exactly.
You're here. Jimmy, here, sit. Dan, what did Ali say?
Jimmy here sit. The guy's getting called out for being a creep. He tries to leave out of shame with his tail tucked between his legs. And Ethan's like, no, please come back. Please come back. Please, let's just like, maybe my producer was just hallucinating that you assaulted her or that you made her feel uncomfortable.
What
Said
happened?
exactly what Hila just said, is that in the back room, you were hanging out, and this person who is a key part of the production, the live production, and who is very trustworthy.
We all know and trust.
Yes, that you were whispering sweet nothings to her, telling her she was the most beautiful girl you'd ever seen. Unbelievable. I can't believe how hot and how good it is to see her again. Because you had seen her at the previous one because she does all the live shows. That is beyond friendly, buddy. That's not friendly.
Hold on. Do you talk?
Guys, I'll leave you on this note. I'm
Do
going
you
to go.
usually say that to women?
I am overtly friendly to people. I hug guys,
You
and
say
I
she
don't
called dudes sexy when you
hit
see them?
on girls. I'm married.
You're a liar. You're lying.
Okay.
You're straight up lying, dude. You are a liar.
I'm sorry, Jimmy. If we-
God damn, it's weird to hear Dan when he still had his balls. Yeah, I mean, chat, you're totally right. This is just content brain. But the point is, Ethan Klein doesn't actually give a fuck about how horrible of a person he platforms. Or he doesn't give a fuck about like the negative consequences of them, the real world consequences. All he cares about is his drama. It's why he's teamed up with people like Lonerbox, Mudahar, WillyMacShow. I mean, all horrible people. Like, he wanted to bring Jimmy Lee back on the podcast, even after they had this big falling out. He doesn't care if they're sexual deviants supporting a genocide or just other just generally shitty people. He likes it when he gets support from them, and then when they criticize him, even if it's valid criticism, he's like, "You're horrible. I'm going to like go to war against you." Right? That's what we're seeing right now. He's just a shitty, horrible human being.
This is why I didn't want. I was protecting. I was protecting
right.
you.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I was right. Fucking asshole.
I didn't want you to come for this reason, and I warned you. I said, listen, you can leave.
Good luck with your wife.
Hold on, can I talk to Jor-El?
Okay. Anyway, so Ethan Klein was protecting the guy who sexually harassed two people related to the show with Ethan. That's super fun. It's awesome. Okay, let's close some of these tabs. And while we're talking about Ethan, so we talked about Ethan Klein talking about anti-Semitism and comparing anti-Semites to Nazis, right? Here, comparing people that criticize Israel to Nazis and just like hallucinating anti-Semitism. He has a strange form of dyslexia where it turns the word Zionist into the word Jew in his eyes, and you just get like shit like this, where a commenter in Hasan's chat says, "Fuck off, Gila," and Ethan's like, "That's an anti-Semitic comment."
He's a Karen. It's just bleach. No fuck off, Ela. That's anti-Semitic, by the way.
What?
Oh wait, no, it's not. Sorry.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I thought they were being like, just leveling any criticism against, just directing it towards Gila.
Yeah, so like criticizing him or criticizing Ela for basically nothing, that's anti-Semitism in his eyes. It really is crazy shit. This is funny to me. So Kyle Kalinske basically criticizes Ethan Klein. Someone posts it in Ethan's subreddit, and then just like, oh my god, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what is this? Is 5 paragraphs or 4 paragraphs of trying to criticize Kyle Kalinske, who is just like one of the most down-to-earth chill people on the internet. That's just a straight shooter. And what is he going to like? I'll just read this last thing. Beyond that, did he even say one thing that is true? Dude clearly has no clue about me, so why speak so confidently? Is that how he also discusses politics? It's very sad to see what defending Hasan does to a motherfucker. So you go for, it's like, in Ethan's mind, you criticize me? Oh, you criticize me? You must be horrible at talking about politics. Like, dude, Kyle would run circles around you. If you were ever in the same room as him, you wouldn't know what the fuck to do. You'd be like caught with your pants down. You shut down when a guy with like an iPhone came up to you and he's like, "Hey, free Palestine," and he then just smiles and he's like, "Yeah, free Palestine." From the river to the sea, and he's like, yeah, from the river to the sea. Like, dude, You're a bold guy when you're sitting on your toilet posting on Instagram stories, but when it comes to you in person, you're as timid as a mouse. Very cute, very demure. Okay, let's talk about this guy. This is another fucking freak here. So this is WillyMacShow, and you have this tweet from Hasan that Ethan picked up on also. And he says, "One phone call is all it would take to stop Israel's genocide. If Israel doesn't comply, shut off weapons transfers. If Israel looks to get weapons elsewhere, put a sanctions package. And if that fails, invade Israel militarily." And say, Hasan thinks you could solve the Israel problem with one phone call. And if the phone call doesn't work, then the U.S. should invade Israel militarily. And once again, when people are looking at this and they're laughing at it, they simply don't actually understand the core ideas of what's happening in Israel and Palestine. Israel is completely propped up by American aid and American intervention. That's why they spend so much time like doing propaganda in America. Like Netanyahu's not going to fucking Russia to interview the Russian Nelk boys. He's going to America to try to get the American youth to support Israel. And then you have this fucking loser, WillyMacShow, being like, all it takes for Hasan to end the war in the Middle East is one phone call or a full-scale U.S. invasion. I don't know why it says all it takes for Hasan to end the war. Like, if Hasan was president, he'd be able to... it doesn't really make any sense. Or a full-scale U.S. invasion. The escalation of this tweet is hilarious. Well, it's basically like, yeah, if you don't stop doing a genocide, we're going to invade you. And then Israel would stop doing the genocide. That's kind of the whole point. What else do we have? At Bad and Banana stuff, I don't really give a shit about that. So while we're talking about this, I mean, I watched one of this guy's videos and they were so bad I had to quit. Let's watch another one though. So this is a WillyMacShow video about Hasan Piker, and Hasan and co keep calling for death, featuring Noah Samson Denham's Millhouse. That's what he says. Oh my god. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I don't know if they thought that Hasan meant
I've been covering the most
I can call Israel and end the genocide with one phone call. Oh god, it's just so painful listening to this man because his arguments are just so empty.
Over the past month, I've been covering the most empathetic people on YouTube. We got Millhouse, who hates on a woman who was a child bride.
What the fuck is wrong with you, fuck crazy ass bitch? I'm sorry, folks. I had to call.
Okay, so once again, if you're a child bride, that doesn't exclude you from any kind of criticism. I think it's kind of insane to be like, oh, something bad happened to this person in their life, and so now you can't you can't criticize them at all, and if you say like any derogatory term about her, you're exploiting the fact that a bad thing happened to that person.
The word came out, folks. I'm sorry. If I had a button, I would have buttoned it.
Like, this is just equivalent to being like, oh, Ethan Klein has Tourette's and people were mean to him online. How do you square that? Like, it's just such a hack. It's just such a hack job. Like, that's what this YouTube channel is. He's just a hack. That's all he is. Oh, Ethan Klein has gray hair. This is elder abuse if you criticize him. It's so absurd.
I can't. Okay, I fucking hate these people. They're horrific.
Oh, she's Asian, and this man said he hates these people. He's racist against Asians.
These people are horrific. This couple is a horrible couple. I don't give a f that she was a fucking a child bride, bro.
He doesn't know if anything she said was false, by the way. He's just crashing out because he hates Ethan.
Oh, look, good pause right here, huh? Look at that. I was a child bride. Again, I mean, it's very sad to be a child bride, but to grow up to be an adult bitch. Sorry about that. Ooh, you went from child bride to adult piece of shit. So f you and your story. Let's.
Noah Samson's
So now he's pro child bride,
been
right?
spending his time calling out YouTubers for supporting genocide, even though they don't. He's just lying.
Oh, even though they don't. Oh, yeah, great refutation of the videos. Clap, 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 clap. Like, Noah gave a very thoughtful list of the reasons why he said that these people support genocide. Then he doubled down with another video and has done multiple live streams justifying it. But they don't do it. Great job, WillyMacShow.
For views. But the short of it is, if you criticize Hasan in any way, you are an evil Zionist genocide supporter. He ends his video by telling his viewers to do something about it. Wink.
Oh my god. Oh, wow. He told his viewers to do something to end the genocide. What a monster.
Wink.
People living in the West have the most power over anyone else in the world to stop the genocide. We are living in the belly of the beast. We have direct geographical, physical access to the politicians, the propagandists, the weapons companies, and the supply.
It's literally a loner box clip. Remember when Ethan was mad? Who was he mad at? He was mad at like, I think it might have been like, Mika's rhetoric. It might have been her, and he's like, oh, she's literally using clips that someone else clipped out. That's what WillyMacShow did. That's what Ethan Klein did. Like, they just recycle the same clips over and over between all of them.
Chains that are facilitating this genocide. Protesting is great. We should keep doing that. But also, you know, I feel like we have to be honest with ourselves. 17 months in, and what is protesting actually accomplished? Nothing. If we want this genocide to stop, it's time to escalate. That's all I'm saying. So anyways, yes.
See, you can lay it out very easily, one sentence at a time. It's quite clear. We in the West have.
Holy shit, dude. The blind leading the blind, man. You have a loner box having to be the intellectual one in the video. You have to have a loner box be the one making the point. WillyMacShow couldn't have just played the Noah clip and then, said, oh, let me lay it out what he was exactly saying. He has to have a fucking loner box clip explain it.
Direct physical access to a bunch of people, including the propagandists, after just labeling a bunch of people creators, propagandists. What does protesting achieve? Well, some things, but overall, basically nothing. If we want this to stop, we need to escalate. That's all I'm saying. I'm sorry, if you had a clear vision for what needs to be done to stop the genocide, you would say it, because you want to direct your audience into something fruitful. Unless the thing you want your audience to do is against TOS, criminal, violent, etc. He's calling for people to do something that he is too cowardly.
I do love Lonerbox's reasoning here. He's like, oh, Noah Samson said we need to do more to end the genocide. So he must mean kill people. That's what he must mean.
To say himself. He's calling for people to do dirty work for him. That's what this is.
He wants them to send more skulls to Ethan Klein.
Just a death threat to a father, a family.
Since then, 2 low-level
Dude, oh my god, it's such a painful video to watch. So Ethan Klein, or Noah Samson said, oh, a death threat to a father or family, referencing the skulls thing. And WillyMac includes that clip, which is literally just a reference, and says, oh no, Noah not only supports these skulls being sent to Ethan, but he wants his followers to send more skulls to Ethan. I would love the clip of that. I would love the clip of that, bro. It's like, you are not, he's just not actually finding clips to support the things that he wants his video to say, which is the people advocating for an end to genocide are violent, and thus he's just making up lies about these people. Like, why not just find a clip of Noah Samson saying Ethan Klein, and then say Noah Samson wants to kill Ethan Klein, and then just play the clip of Noah being like, Ethan Klein, and then just say that. Oh yeah, he's advocating for his followers to kill Ethan Klein, to murder him in cold blood. Here's the proof. He said Ethan Klein.
Staffers at the Israeli embassy were shot in DC, all in the name of Palestine. But what was Noah's response in his charity live stream?
Oh, wait. So 2 people were killed, and the guy who did it, the crazy guy that did it, said, oh, I did it for Palestine. Thus, that means that Noah Samson was telling his audience to kill people, right? Okay, well, what about the hundreds of thousands of Palestinians that were killed? And Ethan Klein said that, oh, well, Israel's actually like a good place. And then those people were killed in the name of Israel, right? So those hundreds of thousands of people, those deaths are on Ethan Klein's hands, according to WillyMacShow's logic. So I guess it's 2 to 400,000. That's the scoreboard for the number of deaths that were caused by Noah Samson versus Ethan Klein, respectively.
Well, it's to dismiss it as not being serious and mock people who found it worrying.
Smart move on not covering current events, by the way. You mean specific current events or in general? Because 2 pro-peace Jews dead. Read what they were saying. Pro-peace is crazy.
Even so, would they deserve it?
Yesterday, Noah has repeatedly made calls to violence and multiple protesting isn't enough.
Even so, would they deserve it? Okay, so you're not. Why would you include that clip if you're like, all right, sure, like, yeah, they're not pro-peace. I'll give you that, but do they deserve to get gunned down in the streets? Is Noah Samson going to say that they do deserve to get gunned down in the streets?
Goodbye. No, I'm scared. Oh, I'm scared. YouTube video.
Oh, would they deserve it?
Yesterday, Noah has repeatedly made calls to violence and multiple protesting isn't enough. Goodbye. No, I'm scared. Oh, I'm scared. YouTube video scared me. No. That sentiment, though, is 1,000% true. That protesting isn't enough.
So you're calling for escalation against propagandists, and you just made several videos calling Ethan and other YouTubers propagandists. We're already at the point of death threats, Noah. What does farther...
Also, like, the idea that he didn't say what the escalation was is ridiculous. He very specifically said the escalation was the video that he made. He was taught, this was the conclusion of his video, and the context was, this is the escalation, and protesting isn't enough, so we need to call out these propagandists directly. That's the point that he was trying to make. So, like, it is disingenuous when Lonerbox, Ethan Klein, and WillyMacShow say, oh, he never actually says what the escalation was, when that's what the whole point of the video was. That those videos were the escalation. Calling people out is the escalation. Not murdering them. It's ridiculous. Also, like, oh, he said, oh, you're scared of a YouTube video, thus he's encouraging violence against Ethan Klein. That's what, like, holy shit. Just absolutely ridiculous. Wait, are the only two kinds of actions he can imagine either protesting or killing people? Yeah, according to Will, like, this guy's just empty. This guy is Reddit incarnate. He just looks at Reddit clips, he looks at like Twitter clips, and then he just compiles them into videos and repeats the captions of the clips that he finds, and then just he just compiles them to be like, okay, well, this is a 30-minute video. I'll have like 5 Noah Samson clips here. Just read the captions of them. Here's 3 Hasan clips. Let me read the captions of them. Here's like a loner box clip. Let me read the caption of that, and then we'll call it good. Like, he has nothing of value to say. He doesn't care about what he's doing. He just rides the more recent controversies. He finds a lane for himself, and then he slots himself in there and tries to get views off of it.
Escalation mean? People like Noah are cowards because they don't want to ruin their cushy lives.
It is unambiguously a call for violence.
He's literally just repeating Lonerbox. Holy shit. If I was Lonerbox, I'd be fucking mad about this. He's just ripping off Lonerbox's points. And he's not even repeating the points. He's just straight up inserting the clips into his video.
Violence, okay? I'm sorry. And he doesn't want to spoil his cute little life. He doesn't want to fuck his income and ruin the little cushy career that he's got a hold of. He doesn't want to do that. He wants other people to fuck up their lives and get thrown in jail or whatever else for him. He wants other people to be Luigi or fucking, what's his face, Aaron Bushnell. Interesting that he said propagandists, because that might actually encompass the people that he's just spent the entire video calling genocide defenders.
Ethan is making the...
Yeah, you put 2 and 2 together, Lonerbox. And when he said we're ramping up the rhetoric against propagandists and we have to do more to target the propagandists, that's what he's doing when he was making those videos, calling them out. Wow, you did it. Oh, wow. It's interesting that he said the word propagandist, because that would imply that he wants to escalate against the people that he was escalating against in this video. Interesting. Yes, that's what he said. You just like, it's like when someone says the apple is red, Lonerbox is like, it's interesting that you say that the apple is red, because I'm looking at an apple right now and it is indeed red. Wow, it's almost like you gave the game away when you described the apple properly. Yeah, fucking like Benedict Cumberbatch, Sherlock-ass wannabe.
Obvious observation that these people are encouraging an escalation of violence inside the United States, and Hasan crazy makes him.
Understand that me and Gila are just as valid targets to them. I don't think so.
Hasan crazy makes them. Oh my god, this guy's
That's
actually
ridiculous. I've known this as people like Hasan and iDubbbz lecture me about hallucinating threats. I knew this the moment I ended Leftovers. Why would I want to be a member of a community that would literally cheer on my death? There is a toxic, violent, nihilistic extremism brewing on the left, and it should scare all of us. No, this is a hallucination. Have some fucking dignity. You are not a victim, just a narcissist.
Then a Jewish group marching for hostages to be released had a Molotov thrown at them.
Like, look, this is a 31, almost 32-minute video. I would love to hear one example of a streamer, even marginally on the left, advocating for violence against Jews or violence against people that support Israel. Because I can give you at least 3 examples of Ethan Klein advocating for violence against Nazis, and you don't hear that from people on the left. Ethan Klein is like, oh, Nazis are the worst of the worst. You can do anything to a Nazi. Ethan told his producer he should have assaulted a guy dressed up as a Nazi at a Halloween party because he was dressed up as a Nazi. He's an advocate for violence against people based off of their political views. Where have we heard Hasan? Where have we heard Noah Samson? Where have we heard Denims? Where have we heard Mike from PA ever advocate for violence against people? Or, like, I mean, you know, Ethan hallucinates that Mike from PA advocated for violence against him when he was using a metaphor, the carrot or stick metaphor, to describe how to treat Ethan Klein. He wasn't actually saying, use a fucking carrot and a stick. Although there was a clip recently where Ethan talked about how a carrot gave him a bacterial infection in his thumb and almost made him quit the show for that day. So maybe that's more threatening to Ethan Klein than it is to the average person. But anyway, all I'm saying is that, like, if you're making an entire video saying that Hasan and his friends are calling for the deaths of Jews or the deaths of people that are supporting Israel, I would like to hear a clip of them actually calling for that, rather than them being like, oh no, Ethan, we don't want to kill you. Or, yeah, I do want to escalate rhetoric against people that are propagandists for Israel. Like, please, give me one clip for this.
Now, Noah did delete this section from his video, but as we just saw, he doubled down on his charity live stream. It's such a bad look that they act like Ethan wasn't sent skulls as a death threat, that the H3 crew sent the skulls to themselves.
You guys.
Oh, what? Random
Ethan
Twitter
wasn't
guy?
sent skulls as a death threat, that the H3 crew.
You look. Once again. Okay, Hasan. So we go from Hasan saying that Ethan Klein is hallucinating that people want him to die to a random guy on Twitter saying Hila Klein gets caught lying in an attempt to further exaggerate the severity of Skullgate, and Ethan attempts but fails to erase the evidence with 2 back-to-back buttons. Hila gets caught lying in an attempt to further exaggerate the severity of Skullgate. Okay, and Ethan attempts but fails to erase the evidence with 2 back-to-back buttons. So once this isn't them saying that they sent the skulls to themselves. This is a guy saying that they're exaggerating the severity of Skullgate, which, you know, I think that is fair to say. If you not like, the skulls got sent to their studio, didn't it? I mean, either way, it's fucking skulls. Like, chill the fuck out. It's not like anthrax got delivered to your house.
Who sent the skulls to themselves?
You guys opened it. You're the ones that fucking opened that shit. AB, that was you handling it, right?
Yeah, so it got sent to their studio. It wasn't even like he got doxxed, and it was an implicit threat of, we know where you live. Like, their studio is in a public place. It's a public building. And the skulls got sent to their studio. AB was the one that handled the skulls.
Yes, it was. I can confirm that Ethan did not send it to himself. And
How do you know?
We were all freaked out by it.
I was scared out of my mind.
I mean, yeah, we have armed guards at the office now. That's not funny at all.
And someone sarcastically replied, calling the cat account racist. And the cat account.
What could they show you to make you believe them? Anything? Nothing. They are Israeli, so according to Hasan and co, they are liars, and nothing they said is correct. This is obviously someone who's actually a fan of Ethan Klein. Let's just look this up right now. Bambi13334
responded, to be fair, Israelis do be constantly.
Oh, and then he says, to be fair. Okay, so anyway, this is someone that's saying that, like, this is a fan of Ethan Klein, right? And Hasan's fans would never be able to believe Ethan Klein. And then the guy says, okay, but to be fair, Israelis are constantly lying, which, you know, that is fair to say.
Lying. So he's just being racist right here out.
Yeah, that's not being racist, dude. Like, he's American. Chill the fuck out.
In the open, but it's fine to these people because it's against Israelis. They reply again, they could start by not constantly getting caught lying about it. So I said, show me proof of them lying right now. No response because these people don't care about the truth. If you criticize them, they'll label you their enemy. And
I do love how he's making a video over a Twitter argument that he had. Like, that's pretty funny.
Dehumanize you, a person who barely deserves a spot in society.
I think, like, this will never happen, but in a
well, hold on. Let's just really quick look this up. YouTube. Too many tabs open. There's too many fucking tabs. To close some of these. Sorry, guys. I wanted to look at the ADL's Nerdine thing, but we'll finish that off. Actually, podcast. Oh my God, Ghislaine Maxwell testified. I need to look this up. Huge lawsuit updates. Oh no, am I gonna get added? I hope not. Okay. Pod. Search in this pod. Skulls. So this is a lie right off the bat. They sent 2 human skulls to my house. If they were sent to your house, why was AB handling the package? Did you bring the package into the studio? Or was it sent to the studio? Too much shit open up. To close some of these. Here's overheating. I mean, the government of Israel.
Right after that episode.
Oh, I do love how we open it up and it's right on, it's right on the part where he's talking about the majority report, right? Sam Cedars, he's a dirty token Jew.
There's a lot to discuss here today. I posted, for those of you that don't know, an H3 video response to my good friend iDubbbz, aka Ian, the evil Ian, now known as.
My response to IDIBS.
You did fall sick. How short, Elliot?
Oh, God. Was it some sort of curse?
By the way, welcome back.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad you're back, dude.
Thank you. Yeah, me too. I thought I was dying.
Feeling better?
Yeah, I mean, not 100%, but
skulls.
Today, so thank you to
You're the best.
all of you.
Skulls for the skull god.
Oh, the skull from Party City, they're saying.
yeah.
Okay. Party City's actually closed, so checkmate.
Ooh, fucking checkmate. I think that one was from Bad Empanada.
Wait, this one's from Bad. Wait, what?
I believe so. I believe he posted that one.
Oh, this is his post.
Let me make sure.
Yeah. Now, obviously, this is a huge guess. It's just based on feeling and knowing what this guy's MO is. But I have suspected from the beginning, once again, with no.
Expensive, bro. $339?
That's what I mean. That's why I thought it was computer equipment, because it was a big ass package.
Right,
Like
so-
a box, and Dan always shipping. We're always shipping stuff to the office or to my house. Sometimes I bring it in. It's completely common.
So
was it to the office?
well, I think the critical piece of information that is leading to a lot of the speculation is people have seen that these things cost quite a bit of money. And yeah, I mean, the receipt is actually in here. Let's see, the total was $2,463.88. Also, the shipping was expensive, bro. $339?
That's what I mean. That's why I thought it was computer equipment, because it was a big ass package.
Right,
Like
so-
a box, and Dan always shipping. We're always shipping stuff to the office or to my house. Sometimes I bring it in. It's completely common.
So here's the thing. The way this person was able to do this and get away with it, at least so far, is this shit was sent on a PO, which, if you don't know what that means, basically it was, this company, as far as I can tell, mostly their clients are museums and schools and like science departments and that kind of stuff, right?
And
so they have established accounts with people that essentially is like on credit, like they pay later, net 30 or something like that. So somebody went through the process of setting up one of these accounts, and they shipped the shit without receiving a single penny from anybody, which, if you think that sounds fucking crazy, I agree. And I forcefully let the company know that I thought that was pretty crazy.
It's unacceptable.
I thought it was
Dan
weird.
called them in the office, and yeah, the phone call was hilarious. Dan's reaction.
Well, I had it in writing too. I had a back and forth with, I want in place and skip some of our normal.
So a lot of people already identified the company. And honestly, fuck them. They should get shit for this. Like, what is wrong with you?
I mean, they were very apologetic.
Yeah, I'm sure they
It sounds
were.
like it was a mistake.
It's a little. I mean,
but
you know,
it's crazy as fuck to ship somebody remains.
Also, like not to mention like the desecration of these people.
Yeah.
That's why I want to like.
Well, yeah, Ethan cares about the desecration of people, right?
It's not even an option, man.
Yeah, I'd be pissed if my head was returned too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they didn't even want it. Actually, we did want it. So that's the other thing is well, so when I heard that, my first thought was like, this is too fucking weird. Someone needs to ask that one employee, like, what the fuck?
Right. Well,
because
hopefully the
I don't
FBI
know who
does.
that one employee.
real actual human skulls.
Begging us to return the skull.
Which we found at first we were just kind of like, are these people fucking serious? And also we weren't sure if the FBI was going to like ask for it for evidence or whatever. But they haven't asked for anything. And eventually, I mean, they were just sitting here at the office, and it's like me personally, I was like, I kind of want to just give it back to them because I don't want this here. Like, it's just horrible. Like, and just having like we have guests coming in. Like, what if somebody like sees them there and it's just like, hey, what?
So this is what we have, right? Either they were sent to Ethan's house, and he then brought them into the office, or they were sent to the office and he lied about them coming to his house. Either way, like, why the fuck would you bring a death threat that you got into your office? Like, once again, extremely strange behavior, and I think that it's just so fucking stupid to cry about that. Like, if you brought it into your office, why are you saying that it's a death threat then? Like, if you get like a doll or something and there's a knife in it, or it's all cut up and it's like, you're next, you're gonna bring that into your office and have your employees walk around with it? Really? Like, I don't think that when he got the skulls, he thought it was a death threat. And then just after that iDubbbz video, he like, oh, well, here, this must be a death threat then that we can release and try to gain sympathy from my online audience.
Totally just world. Any kind of, regardless of your background, any kind of fucking Zionist tendency should be treated in the same way.
You receive them at home?
Being a fucking rabid neo-Nazi. And you couldn't even...
Wait, the skulls were sent to the studio by Ethan? I don't know if you're joking right now. So you're saying that Ethan received the skulls at home and then sent them to his studio instead of just like leaving them at home and trying to send them back to the sender?
And you shouldn't even let someone be the fucking local dog catcher, as Felix was posting.
The dog walker comment, the local dog catcher or whatever it was, that was exceptional from you. And that is progress. You might not see it, but it is.
What's crazy is the creators that Hasan and company hate largely agree with them on the main issue. What people have a problem with is their dishonesty and lying.
We have a lot of grievances not pertaining to the actual issue at hand. But
I don't know. The issue, my friend, the issue at hand is your behavior.
Committing a genocide.
I can care about two things, Hasan. It's very important to acknowledge that.
I mean, this is such a funny statement from Ethan Klein, because he says that, you know, whenever he gets called out for only focusing on the pro-Palestinian content creators. He always says, well, I care about two things, right? You can care about two things. Yes, but you don't care about two things. You only care about this, and you only say that you care about two things when you get called out on it. He only cares about criticizing pro-Palestinian content creators. Let me know if Ethan has brought up at any point what's happening in Gaza outside of the context of criticizing pro-Palestinian content creators. Has he ever brought up what's happening in Gaza since he criticized Hasan last October without the context of trying to like criticize Hasan and co? There was one time that I remember where he brought it up, and that's when Trump released an AI video saying that we're going to colonize Gaza, and then he's like, oh, this is pretty wacky, right? And then they also brought up like Rudy Giuliani saying that they teach Palestinian children at 2 years old to hate America, and they're like, isn't that crazy? And he was like, it's not that crazy.
Don't you think
I can care about two things, my friend?
Incredibly narrow framework
Very
surrounding
easy.
your own.
This stuff gets a little toxic. I need a breath of fresh air. With fume has no vapor, no.
God. Oh my God. Is fume good? It's a good product. They ordered it themselves. They just forgot about it. I think they ordered it themselves. I mean, maybe someone ordered it for them, but pretending like it's a death threat is wild. Okay, so Unethical reacts. We're not going to look at this product that he's advertising. But yeah, vapes aren't very good for you. Don't take a vape.
And then when he knows he can't escape, double down because he can't ever admit fault.
Do you think it's appropriate to accuse any Jewish person you disagree with of working with the ADL?
Right here, Hasan's caught off guard because he knows he said something stupid.
No.
Ethan then plays a clip of Hasan doing just that.
When his knows I'm not anti-Semitic and make.
We covered this before. Basically, Ethan literally took credit for getting Rogan and Denims kicked off of Twitch, and the ADL is the one that did that. He worked alongside the ADL. They had a goal. He recognized the ADL was working along with him and trying to achieve that goal of getting Denims and Frogan kicked off of Twitch for a while. And then when they did, because of the ADL, he took credit for it. How else are you supposed to call that? Like, they're not sending DMs with each other, but they're working. They're each working separately to try to get this achieved, right? Let's just say that Hasan was like, oh, there was a Zionist protest in New York that's going to happen, and we need to make sure that it stops happening. We need to end the Zionist protest before it even begins. So I'm going to get like a bunch of harassment up against these Zionist protesters. Here's the director of the protest. This is a person that made all of the protest happen. And here's some pro-Palestinian groups that also are working to try to get that protest done. And then Ethan said that Hasan worked with those pro-Palestinian groups. Would that be Islamophobic for Ethan to say that Hasan worked with like CARE to try to get a Zionist protest done? I don't think so. I think that would be extremely reasonable, especially if CARE took a large if CARE played a large role in actually getting that protest shut down. But what Ethan actually does is say that Hasan is like saying Hamas propaganda and he works with Hamas, which, you know, Hamas isn't trying to influence American politics in the way that Hasan is. Like, Hamas, you know, definitely has its propaganda outlet, but if Ethan is going to cry anti-Semitism when he says when he said Hasan claims Ethan works with the ADL, then how do you think you can say that Hasan is getting paid by Hamas and he's working with and for Hamas? Like, once again, I think we can take a look at some of these tweets that Ethan put out here, and like we can try to find them. Oh, this is just more shit. Oh yeah, here we go. Hamas on the behalf of their international spokespersons like Hasan Piker. They sure aren't doing it for the people of Gaza, who will only suffer worse from further provocation. Has Hasan ever suggested that Hamas surrender? And so he's like, Hasan literally works for Hasan Piker, right? Or Hasan literally works for Hamas. He's a international spokesperson for Hamas. But yeah, it's anti-Semitic if Hasan says that Ethan worked with the ADL on one specific issue to get Frogan and Denham's banned from Twitch for a week.
In these inferences that I am, and like partnering with like the ADL and
partnering with the ADL. You want to unpack that one there, buddy?
Yeah. Again, partnering with the ADL. That is precisely what took place.
I have never spoken to the ADL, so what does that mean?
Now, there's no evidence that Ethan colluded with.
So he's saying Hasan has spoken with Hamas, right?
With the ADL, other than the ADL also hates Hasan. So Hasan's only option here.
Like, there literally is evidence that when he says he takes credit for the ADL banning Frogan from Twitch for a few weeks. Like, he actually accepted credit for that.
Is to double down.
I'm not saying you directed the ADL
Do you know
to take
how
action.
silly you
Well, actually,
look?
you know what? I am kind of saying that. I am implying that you directed the ADL to take action.
Well, that's
you
a defamatory claim that has zero proof. And frankly, it sounds a little Jewish conspiratorial.
And finally, he tops off the.
Like, I just love all of this, right? It's defamatory. It's anti-Semitic. You're doing like anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. Well, all of that can be applied to you except tenfold, because Hasan made one comment about it and then explained himself, and you actually took credit for the ADL getting Frogan banned. And then you've done hundreds of Instagram stories and spent hours on your podcast saying that Hasan quite literally works for Hamas and is a spokesperson for Hamas and is doing Hamas propaganda. That's not defamatory against Hasan. That's not Islamophobic. That's not like the global Islam conspiracy theories that you're doing.
Lie by making a meaningless distinction, but acting like it was a well thought out comment.
I thought that you worked for the ADL.
I've not spoken to the ADL.
I would have said you worked for the ADL.
Hasan's thinking he's Jewish and criticizes me. Must be working with the ADL. He's not done either, and you have no evidence. He's just lying to slander Ethan's character, and when pressed to find an example, he says the dumbest thing.
It got nothing to do with the ADL. Blame Frogan for doing a racist fucking panel at TwitchCon that became a viral story, independent of me.
Panel, Ethan. Just like cracker is not an anti-white term.
Okay,
cracker is an anti-white term. So did Hasan think he was yelling about brown people?
Oh my god, please, WillyMac, die on the hill that cracker is a racist term that Twitch needs to ban. Holy fucking shit. Especially for Hasan, who's like... He is one of the whitest people on Twitch, let's just be honest, man. Oh my god. Please, oh yes, cracker is a racist... Also, Hasan literally brought up the clip on that debate where Ethan said he took credit for the ADL. Like, Bad Empanada did a video on this. Ethan ADL, Bad Empanada. I mean, we can just watch a little bit about this. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Ethan takes credit for Frogan. Let's just see if we can find this clip really quick.
Immediately, rightfully, duly. However, when it comes to Frogan and her friends shitting on Jewish people, shitting on Zionists, right? They need a lot of time to think about it. And I think, yeah, like when the ADL got involved, that's only when they finally suspended Frogan and all the other people up on the stage. When a sitting congressman started writing letters.
So anyway, when the ADL got involved, got it taken down. Oh shit! I don't know. Maybe we'll be able to find this. Banned several, half baked. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we are going to be able to find this, but anyway. Then he's like, oh yeah, I take credit for Frogan getting banned. So yeah, when you say that, you know, I raised the alarm bells for Frogan, and then the ADL got Frogan banned, and then you say, yeah, I take credit for her getting banned, what do you call that? Like, the ADL was basically a tool that Ethan used to get these content creators banned for a month or however long they were banned. I would say that's working with the ADL. If you use a fucking hammer to hammer in a nail, you worked with that hammer to get the nail hammered in. That's working with.
People, all those times he was saying cracker, it makes those clips come off a little different.
Did I say, oh my God, saltine cracker? Like, people are just bitter because it's saltine cracker. That's not what I said. You dumb cracker bitch. This person has literally never been around black people. There's a person who
Hasan's an anti-white racist. Is this actually the audience that Willie Mac is farming right now? That Hasan's an anti-white racist? Making fun of a child marriage survivor is a different level of pathetic. Wait, all of these are about the first 30 seconds. Telling your fans to do something, we need to escalate. This is all of the shit in the first minute. Okay. Oh yeah, here's some good racism too. The Arabic man is mad at a child bride for escaping. That checks out. Oh, love the racism in WillyMacShow.
does not have a single black
comment section. Oh yeah. Dude, literally just farming clips of Hasan for saying cracker. Oh, he's an anti-white racist. White people unite. Start attacking Hasan for this.
just bitter because it's saltine cracker. That's not what I said. You dumb cracker bitch. This person has literally never been around black people. There's a person who does not have a single black or brown friend.
I want you to remember that Ethan and Hasan don't disagree on much. And when Ethan confronts Hasan with this reality, he essentially says, I just don't like that you criticize me.
Because I thought that you were a lot more open-minded until
what have we disagreed on? What have we disagreed on? I'm sorry. What am I not open-minded about? What have we disagreed on, Hasan, other than me criticizing you and your friends? What have I said against the Palestinian people?
What have you criticized them for, Ethan? That's what you disagree on, you dumb bitch. This is what Ethan disagrees with Hasan on. First of all, Ethan is racist. Second of all, because of that racism, he thinks that Arab people in Israel should live as a minority group. He doesn't want there to be more Arabs than Jewish people. I mean, once again, he says Arabs and Jews, differentiating, like seemingly forgetting about the idea that there are Jewish Arabs in Israel. But whenever it comes to his ethno-state, he says it's Arabs versus the Jews, right? So he flattens that diverse country of Israel that he's so proud of and wanted to take a trip to do a propaganda video for. He flattens that down into Arabs versus Jews. And he says that we can't have more Arabs than Jews in Israel because the Jews are afraid of the Arabs. And so the Jews will all get killed by the Arabs if they ever have a demographic majority in Israel. So he's a supporter of ethno-state and he's racist. And because of this shit, he doesn't actually care about the genocide that's going on. That's what he disagrees on. Like, that's pretty much the end of it.
People, go ahead.
Yeah, let's run this back one more time to just see his fucking no, it's Hasan that's crazy making Ethan. Ethan's he's a complete lucid, normal human being that doesn't spend 90% of his free time on Instagram harassing people.
You criticize me.
Because I thought that you were a lot more open-minded until
what have we disagreed on? What have we disagreed on? I'm sorry. What am I not open-minded about? What have we disagreed on, Hasan, other than me criticizing you and your friends? What have I said against the Palestinian people? Go ahead. What do we disagree on?
What we're disagreeing on is what you choose to focus on.
Does that seem significant?
What you think is the major...
Now, this is a flaw in this debate. I thought that Hasan really dropped the ball when it came to actually describing what Ethan's position on Israel and Palestine is. And that's just because he doesn't watch Ethan's content. But if he did watch his content, he'd be like, you're literally an advocate for keeping Palestinians as a demographic minority in Israel because you're so racist. You're afraid that they'd do pogroms on Jewish people if they ever got the majority of votes in Israel, which is so fucking funny. In the debate, Ethan brought up Norman Finkelstein and he's like, Norman Finkelstein said, I would change the from the river to the sea slogan for one thing. From the river to the sea, one person, one vote. Palestine will be free. And then Ethan's like, well, I don't think he meant the one person, one vote thing, but he thinks it's a bad slogan too. Don't you agree, Hasan? It's like, no, he literally wanted to change it to add the one person, one vote. And because you're so racist and so deathly afraid of Arabs getting any kind of voting rights within Israel, you just ignored the thing that you brought up in the debate. Just a comedic moment from Ethan Klein. Just like so absurdly racist that he brings up a point from Norman Finkelstein and then directly refutes the point that he brought up because the point was like, everyone's equal. And he's like, no, I can't have this. Maybe we could buy this later. But anyway, let's continue this video. We're less than 10 minutes in and it's a 30-minute long video.
Point of contention here.
The main point of contention is you slandering him as a genocide defender.
Does that justify like lying about me continually for a year and a half just because you don't like where I'm focused? That seems immaterial.
Lying about what?
About me being Destiny fan, about hallucinating, sweeping for.
You're literally sponsored by Dan Saltman, and you source all of your clips from Destiny subreddit. Holy fucking shit!
Your anti-Semitic friends, lying about content.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about your anti-Semitic friends, Hasan. When Nazism is at an all-time high in America, and a lot of the Nazism in America is because of America's support for Israel, and it's fueling their anti-Semitic conspiracy theories that Jews are controlling the world and controlling America. The anti-Semitism you choose to focus on is people speaking out against genocide. This man is actually scum of the earth. He's not only emboldening Nazis, but he's harassing people that are trying to end end the genocide in Palestine. He's doing the worst of both things. Like, honestly, right now, I'd rather have him be a Nazi than this fucking milquetoast liberal. I'm not going to focus on the actual Nazis. I'm just going to focus on the people that are being pro-Palestinian and say they're just as bad as Nazis. I would argue that this kind of liberal bullshit, when there's a rise in fascism, is worse than just being a fucking fascist.
Saying that my video's out of context without watching it. Hasan. Take your time.
He's silent because he knows Ethan's right. They then get into a debate about the rapes on October 7th. Hasan doesn't engage.
Oh my god, WillyMac's a fucking moron. Oh my god, dude, I fucking hate this guy so much. He's like, what was it? He played it, or yeah, he's like, oh yeah, Noah Sampson said all of these YouTubers are pro-genocide, even though they're not. Then he moves on. He shows Hasan laughing at the absurd comment that Ethan made, and he's like, Hasan's silent because he knows that Ethan's right.
And just starts talking about other rapes as if it somehow makes it even, like he doesn't need to talk about it anymore. It's very weird.
You seemingly act like you care about sexual violence taking place against Israelis. Meanwhile, one of the hostages that actually was returned in the early stages did get raped by an Israeli fitness instructor.
You know,
I have not seen you talk about that. I have not seen you talk about the Israeli pro-rape
crime that an Israeli did unrelated to the conflict.
Israel
Do you
had
find it
a
interesting?
January
There's something
6th
that I
style. Israel had a January 6th style pro riot where a bunch of rabid right-wing.
Do you think I'm defending this? Why I'm not defending this.
You're not defending it. You're not covering it.
Rambling off things that aren't really.
Is this just going to be the debate? We're going to skip past the debate segment. It's just so painful, man. It's so painful listening to WillyMac's videos. Okay, what do we got here? Is there more? Is this new? Is this different? Okay.
And mass surveillance against an entire minority population. That is what I'm against.
This is the filibuster. He's not going to engage with Ethan's point, which is Hasan has a double standard for Russia and China because his brand is America bad all the time.
Hasan has happily eaten up the Chinese propaganda on this and has regurgitated it to his mainstream audience. Why is he defending China's genocide of their Muslim population? How does this even make sense? I know America bad is a meme that people laugh at online, but with Hasan, this does actually seem to be the beginning and the end of his analysis.
Two principles. Let me explain to you. Two principles that you should keep with you, coming from a person.
I've been over this so much. Hasan quoted an article that Ethan said didn't exist, and you look up the article, it takes you 5 seconds to look it up, and it pops up. Then Hasan says that if one of your principles is like support the local people in a region, and the imperialist powers that are trying to influence that region are usually bad, you're going to have better foreign policy than like 90% of Americans. It's going to take you 90% of the way there to like a correct position. He didn't say that's the end all be all. He's literally said this is a good starting point.
Who's Turkish, okay? Never align with the Western forces.
After 20 minutes of Hasan going on...
Okay, yeah, you cut him out of context there, but sure, whatever.
Unrelated tangents, he pulls up a stream he did on October 13, 2021, where he read an AP article that was critical of China, and he partially agreed with it.
This is the breakdown, okay? This is where me and a lot of defenders of China part ways. I think that is completely and wholeheartedly unacceptable. People that unconditionally defend China think it's totally appropriate because they're all fucking extremist Muslims, okay? To me, that sounds a lot like, you know, you're a reactionary conservative,
who gives a
but
fuck
for China.
about this shit? Make your point. What, you're gonna... Okay, I'll let this play, but I so desperately want to skip this.
I know.
He's being so careful when criticizing China. Where's all the screaming?
So when I look at other countries, I look at the...
Bro, are you fucking kidding me? Hasan doesn't scream when he criticizes China, but he screams and gets emotional when he criticizes America? That's your criticism right now? That's your fucking criticism? Dude, he's actually just doing like dog-style talking points. It's just vibes with this person. Oh my god, he made loud noises and was animated when he criticizes America. That makes me feel bad. That makes me want to go take a little piddle in the corner. But when he's talking about China, I feel relaxed and I want pets from him. Like, Kaya can make a more thought-out video than WillyMacShow. Maybe that's why he has like a dog-style name. Willy fucking Mac.
Regional actor, whoever the regional power player is, and then I look at who is backed by the Western superpowers. That's a principle that you could take home with you. If you want to actually be moral or if you want to be smart about the way you analyze other countries.
And then 1 month later in 2021, Hasan would get mad at the news for criticizing China over the same thing. And he would cite the same AP article for why China is cool.
I wanted to stand up for my Muslim brothers and sisters who are in, concentration camps, are getting tortured and raped every day. And I don't care whoever said which organization or which company.
Bro, the Associated Press literally said, like, not like a fucking, not exactly known as like a pro-China outlet, but even the Associated Press quietly fucking wrote an article that didn't get a lot of coverage in mainstream media about how, like, okay, well, all the concentration camps have been closed now. Like, all the re-education camps are closed now in fucking Xinjiang, and it's like very different.
But the article Hasan read said they're slowing down camps because they possibly achieved their goals of subduing the Uyghurs and other Muslims in the area.
Very different vibes in Xinjiang, and now, it's the tourism hour.
So now that we're through that, let's break down how extensive
the camps are closed and they're not doing torture and rape. And he's like, yeah, they're not doing torture and rape because that they subjugated like the extremist groups. Yeah, that still means that they're not doing torture and rape. Like, you're not disproving what Hasan said. Like, it's not good. They're probably not treating them well. But saying that on a daily basis, like, thousands of people are being tortured and raped in concentration camps probably isn't true.
This lie is. Hasan doesn't engage with the point Ethan's making about his positions always being anti-West, even when it doesn't.
My god, this is so fucking stupid. It's so stupid. All right, I'm just going to skip ahead a little bit more. Oh yeah, here, Hasan talking with Ban and Panada. Is he gonna get mad about that? Let's go.
Daily basis.
The first ever React Gate when people were getting mad at me because like I would have the chair on and while the videos were playing, totally fucking fair and valid. And for the past multiple years, that's not happened on my broadcast. Like, there are instances where I get up to pee, but it's usually during a video that's playing that's like from a friend or from news and commentary, and it's only for like 30 seconds to a minute.
You reacted to his video and you just sort of left. And it wasn't a political video. It was like a fun little video. And I think his point was valid. In that
and I apologize. By the way, that's another thing. I literally apologized to that person instantly, and then they basically like quintupled down and like did this like 8 hour.
So stupid. Now he's talking about React Gate. I thought this was about Hasan calling for death threats. Okay, I don't give a fuck about Hasan's chair reactions. Oh, wait. Oh my god! An empty chair! Oh my god, Hasan's the worst person alive, and he wants people to get murdered for supporting Israel.
Casey Tron smokes 42 times during her reaction. And just as a silly thought experiment, we thought, wouldn't it be funny if she spent more time smoking?
I have to get into making this stupid fucking bullshit that WillyMacShow does. He just says nothing. It's just the same fucking drama over and over and over again, and every month he accrues enough clips on his timeline where he can just compile them into video. Like, this is what Shoeonhead does, and they just make bank off of the laziest ass videos ever. It's just so late. He's literally just repeating the fucking captions on his Reddit and Twitter timeline.
Conditionally will go, oh, finally I have an out to defend this person.
These people aren't good faith actors, they aren't civil rights leaders, they're social narcissists that prey on their viewers' fears to make a bag. They're like the meme where the peasants are rioting to get more pay, and Hasan's the king looking at all of his treasure going, I'll help spread the message. I'm out of town right now, as you guys could probably tell, but I felt like it was important to make this video to document all of the craziness going on right now.
Okay, yeah, so that you can get a good paycheck. Okay. Man, I don't think I can take another WillyMacShow video. Broke and humiliated the victims of Ethan Klein. Doxers, liars, and going bankrupt. Yeah, nah, we're not watching that. Okay. So yeah, it's important to let's like cover our bases a little bit here. All right. Actually, I want to do something fun. I haven't looked up any of these ads. I want to watch the Sydney Sweeney jeans ads. Guys, have you seen this shit? I want to take a break from covering like some heavy stuff, and I want to see the fucking Nazi. Wait, she's a film producer? Anyone But You, saw that movie, it was bad. The White Lotus, haven't seen that. Euphoria, haven't seen that. Okay, I've only seen, she was in Madam Web. She was in The Handmaid's Tale. I saw like 3 episodes of that. Sydney Sweeney. Oh yeah, Trump supports her now. Oh yes, yeah. Okay, this is gonna be good. This is going to be fun. Here we go. Oh, this is an ABC. Sydney Sweeney jeans ad. American Eagle. Sydney Sweeney has great jeans, but I thought it was like a bunch of different ads, right? I thought it was multiple. Oh, I don't want to look at that. Beyonce dropped ads. There's a Madam Web movie. I thought White Lotus was a reality TV show about just like people in fancy hotels. Maybe it's real.
It's the ad campaign that it seems like no one can stop talking about, garnering massive.
Yeah, it's an ad campaign, but where can you actually see these commercials?
It's the ad campaign that it seems like no one can stop talking about, garnering massive attention. Actress Sydney Sweeney, clad in all denim for American Eagle, looking at camera and
lies. That's not all denim. Also, guys, like, look, Sydney Sweeney has a good body, right? But can we just, is it insane to say that she's like average looking? Is that insane to say? That's my hot take for the day, okay? That's my, like, look, if I saw Sydney Sweeney walking around and she wasn't famous or anything, all I'm saying is that I wouldn't do a double take, okay? I would not do a double take.
Delivering these words.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color.
The steamy campaign causing quite the debate.
My genes are blue.
When you first saw the ad, what was your reaction?
I won't lie to you. At first, I kind of skipped it.
So that's what it was. Let's rewind this one more time, just for science, you know.
And delivering these words.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color.
The steamy campaign causing...
Does American Eagle make jean jumpsuits? They have to, right? We're not going to watch that. Really quick. American Eagle response. Look this up. American Eagle's response to ad continues controversy. American Eagle's ridiculous response. So let's just take a look at what this is real quick. So they said she makes a jeans. So this is obviously a jeans pun, right? Like a genetics pun, because she said that it determines hair color and eye color. They say that it is and always was about the genes, her story. We'll continue to celebrate how everyone wears their AE jeans with confidence their way. Great jeans look good on everyone. So this was the thing where they're like, oh, it's two capital H's and it's two capital H's in like 14 words. This is a fucking Hail Hitler 14 words dog whistle that they did. American Eagle may have thought the statement might quell the critiques of the company using a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, conventionally beautiful actress. I mean, this is so stupid. Literally every actress is beautiful. Let's see, what's the most recent movie that came out? Superman. Conventionally beautiful actress. Like what? Rachel Brosnahan's not beautiful. Millie Alcock's not beautiful. Oh no, the fucking ugly ass actress in the Superman movie, Millie Alcock. Oh, she's so ugly. Oh my god, I can't believe that the James Gunn like bent his knee and hired and let someone have a good opportunity. Isabella Merced definitely didn't get any jobs based off of her looks. Conventionally beautiful actress. Give me a fucking break. They're literally just saying like conventionally beautiful, blonde-haired, blue-eyed. That's conventionally beautiful now? That's what we're saying is conventionally beautiful? Like just say Aryan-styled actress. Just say the phenotype that's celebrated by white supremacist style actress. Conventional. Fuck. Just say white. Just say white actress. That's what they mean when conventionally beautiful, right? Oh, they're not black. So fucking gross, man. Anyway, this is stupid. When they say that it's like is and always was about the genes, that's not true. They did a pun. You can say that you were trying to fucking highlight the genes and sell the genes, but you did a pun in your video about genetics. And you know how I know you did a pun about genetics? Because you said that it determines your eye color. God. How the hell do I stop this? Okay.
I'm not here to tell you to buy American Eagle jeans. And I definitely won't say that they're the most...
Yeah, you are.
I'm not here to tell you to buy American Eagle jeans. And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing.
Amazing.
Why would I need to do that? But if you said that you want to buy the jeans,
Honestly, I'm more interested in getting this chair than wearing those
I'm not
pants.
going to stop you. But just so we're clear, this is not me telling you to buy American Eagle jeans.
Sydney Sweeney has very keen.
Okay, this is fucking stupid. Also, that narrator sounds like shit. American Eagle, only 61... Holy shit, 61.1k subscribers, 5.8 million views. This is... So, look, this is not the ad everyone's losing their mind over. They didn't make the thing about genetics in here. What the fuck? Kyle reacts to Sydney Sweeney. Okay, we might have to watch that. This thumbnail's hilarious. So let's continue this ABC article though, or video. This is the room that keeps the Uyghurs in. Alright, guy. Okay, look, if everyone's calling her beautiful and like the most gorgeous actress, I think it's fine if we criticize her appearance. I like, she's literally at the top of the game right now. I don't think it's going to be mean if we're like, oh, I don't know. I've seen better looking butts in jeans than that.
It's the ad campaign that it seems like.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color.
Also, this is not making the jeans look comfortable. She's literally wearing a jean jacket with no undershirt at all. That looks extremely uncomfortable and chafing.
The steamy campaign causing quite the debate.
My jeans are blue.
When you first saw the ad, what was your reaction?
I won't lie to you. At first, I kind of skipped it over. I didn't pay too much mind to it until later on TikTok. I see people bringing it more attention.
It's giving eugenics. It's giving white supremacy. I'm uncomfortable watching that, and I'm white.
For those who find it offensive, saying it's promoting eugenics and its discredited idea of white genetic superiority.
The scripting and the individual that they chose was definitely not the right route.
Are you wearing American
But I
Eagle
am wearing
shorts
American
right?
Eagle shorts right now.
Has it changed your opinion on the company and how you will?
Have your American Eagle jeans determined your offspring's hair color?
Like, will you continue to shop this?
Slightly. I mean, I'm not going in this store today. I can tell you that right now.
To others who find it harmless and say it's just about the denim.
Haters, that's what you all are. Sydney Sweeney looks damn good. Keep on hating. Congratulations, Sydney.
Oh my god, dude. So you have people that are like very rightly calling it out, saying that, you know, this is referencing genetics. And then the alternative response is equally as delusional, being, oh, this is nothing to do with genetics. It's all about denim. That's all that it's about. It's definitely just as delusional as fucking like, look, I don't think that saying it's about eugenics is delusional. I think that might be reaching a little bit too much. Like, they're definitely they were making the pun. They're like, this girl's hot. We're going to make a joke about her genetics determining how hot she is, and then relate that to like the genes through a pun. I don't think it's necessarily like a white supremacist ad, even though it can be interpreted that way, especially in the context of a white supremacist administration carrying out white supremacist policies, like disenfranchising non-white people, kicking non-white people out of the country, racially profiling them with ICE and trying to just like torture them, put them in detainment camps. If you speak out against the administration online, they're going to like lock you up and shit like that. Like, that is all white supremacists. So we have a white supremacist regime. So I don't think it's crazy to be like, this ad that focuses on genetics is a white supremacist thing to do. I don't think it's like on its face it's white supremacist, but the people that are like, it just has to do with denim, is they're like more delusional. They're actually just delusional and probably right wingers. I'll say that.
Honestly, like, she can do her thing. I'm a girl's girl, so I support it.
This week, even President Trump joining the conversation.
If Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican, I think her ad is fantastic.
All of it sparking a full-out debate.
Everyone's talking about the American Eagle advertisement because essentially they feel like the advertiser is making a play with homophones, with jeans and jeans. Some of the views are saying, you know, this is just an ad. We're looking too much into this. And then others are saying, no, this is absolutely problematic and something that we should address.
Anytime you get a response to anything that's this strong, it obviously is a sign that you've really struck a chord. The culture wars are far from over, right?
The culture wars, yeah. Basically, making a fucking advertisement, aligning yourself with white supremacy is a culture war issue. Well, a culture war issue that has real life ramifications. Look, I don't know how much agency Sydney Sweeney really had in this. Obviously, she accepted to play a part in this, but like, if Sydney Sweeney's constantly being held up by the right wing as a paragon of like white beauty and something that this is a real beauty standard, and we can't have black women in movies or minority women in movies. Snow White was played by a Latina. That's awful. Like, is that really Sydney Sweeney's fault? She doesn't really do anything to dispel these narratives, and I guess you can say that she does play into these narratives by accepting ad campaigns that focus on her genetic purity, right? And the fact that her genes are so top notch. When, once again, looks like a normal person? Like, can we just say she looks normal? She looks normal with good makeup and good hair? A lot of it was her idea, and she's also a right-winger? Okay, well, we'll find this out, man.
For the weekend, the actress at the center of it all, stepping out at the premiere of her new film, Americana, but staying mum on the controversy.
Sydney Sweeney is one of the hottest young Hollywood stars right now. She not only is in shows that your children are probably watching, like Euphoria.
Why do you look like that?
Like what? Like a country music star.
In a good way or a bad way? You better be joking.
She also was in the first season of the well-lauded anthology, The White Lotus.
It sounds like you scored. Yeah, he's super hot. Congrats.
She is someone who is very much collecting credits in some of the most inventive pieces of art right now in Hollywood.
The 27-year-old, also making waves in her first starring role in a large feature film, Anyone But You.
This was 2 years old. Not that good of a movie.
And the bread. The news cycle started nearly 2 weeks ago when retailer American Eagle dropped its new campaign with several different videos and billboards.
In the ads, we're seeing the camera kind of slowly make its way up over the course of her body, and her talking in a very soft delivery, very sexy, and in a lot of ways sensual way, saying, you know, I'm not going to tell you to buy the jeans that I'm wearing, but I am going to tell you that I have great jeans.
And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn.
As more people saw the ads, the headlines began.
Can we also just say that it's not a good advertisement? The only reason it's a good advertisement is because of the controversy around like the white supremacist undertones of the video. This is the only reason that it has any kind of coverage. If it was just like a hot girl in jeans and she's like, I'm not going to tell you to buy these jeans, people would be like, okay, who gives a fuck? I can look at porn on my phone. Like, it's not a very creative ad at all. It's actually extremely uncreative. That's like one of the first puns that like a middle schooler will make. Oh my god, I can say that I have good jeans, but I'm actually just talking about my pants. Haha.
And so did the backlash.
This weird jeans ad for American Eagle is at best ignorant and at worst like literally promoting eugenics.
All I think they wanted was to get people to start
I think that's ignorant.
Talking about American Eagle again.
Welcome to the Megyn Kelly Show.
Others defending American Eagle, like TV personality Megyn Kelly.
We're sick and tired of the nonsense where you are not allowed to ever celebrate someone who is white and blonde.
Like, dude, holy shit, you can't make this stuff up. You have leftists being like, this is about eugenics, and then conservatives being like, yes, this is about eugenics, and I support it. I support the white supremacist ad of American Eagle. Like, dude, if both sides of the aisle are calling your advertisement white supremacist, you might have made a white supremacist ad. Why? That's the defense. You're not going to say that the crazy leftists and liberals are just like woke SJWs having a meltdown on Instagram or TikTok. You're going to be like, no, they're absolutely right, but I support it. I do want to celebrate whiteness.
And blue-eyed.
And Bill Maher on Real Time.
I also think it's pretty funny that all the online social justice girls are like, it's racist. There's no.
Here we go. Bill Maher, fucking Mr. Magoo here. Put your glasses back on, bitch. You look like shit without
No such thing as good genes. Right, and then you go on Tinder and swipe left on every bald guy.
This serves as a good reminder that the American public is.
Why are the conservatives or like the anti-SJWs just being like, yes, it is about genetics? I actually did not think that's the stance it would take.
Still highly divided and polarized. And I think that, anything or any business or company that, wades into that crossfire can expect to have a similar reaction.
Some celebrities entering the conversation too. Lizzo posting this video to her page today with her version of the Gene ad.
Even Doja Cat has done a play on this advertisement, kind of making fun of Sydney Sweeney's like sexy whisper style of delivery in this ad.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determined in traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
American Eagle responding late last week, writing in part on Instagram, Sydney Sweeney has great genes, is and always was about the genes. Going on to say, we'll continue to celebrate.
It's so obvious it's about genetics that both leftists and conservatives have united and agreed that it's about genetics. It's just that leftists are like, we shouldn't judge people based off of their genetics. And conservatives are like, yes, let's judge people based off of their genetics. We're actually pro-eugenics. And then American Eagle's like, no, it's just about genes with a J, of course.
How everyone wears their AE jeans with confidence their way.
The company obviously decided to stand by their ad, but that has clearly not quelled the controversy or persuaded the critics, because I don't believe that people believe that their word choices weren't intentional.
Sweeney has not responded to ABC News' request for comment. This isn't the first time there's been a debate over an ad campaign for designer denim. In 1980, Calvin Klein sparked a conversation when then 15-year-old model Brooke Shields...
What the fuck, dude? They take a 15-year-old model and pose her like that? Holy shit, man, the 80s. No wonder Trump had a field day back then. When this is the socially acceptable form of modeling for 15-year-old girls.
Posed and said this tagline.
You want to know what comes between me and my Calvins? Nothing.
And then there was Anna Nicole Smith's 1990s campaign for Guess Jeans.
Sweeney nodding to Anna Nicole Smith in her own Guess campaign in 2021.
The actress has turned heads with several of her brand deals, selling her bathwater and her Dr. Squatch soap.
Hello, you dirty little boys. Are you interested in my body? Wash.
Rolling out special menu items with Baskin Robbins.
Hey, Sydney. Your signature scoop is ready.
Thank you.
What?
Sydney Sweeney is pretty much ubiquitous right now. And aside from the brand deals, she's just everywhere. She was recently at Jeff Bezos' wedding. She truly is
Why would you go to Jeff Bezos' wedding?
Someone who has made a mark on pop culture.
Yeah, that Sydney Sweeney, thumbs down from me. Haven't seen a single good movie that she was in.
Those eyes, please.
The big question now, what does this mean for Sydney Sweeney's standing in Hollywood?
It's hard to know how everything will play out in the end for both, the company and Sydney Sweeney, personally.
Okay, this video is kind of dumb. I did want to watch the Fox News here. So Fox News. Sydney Sweeney ad accused of being racist. Here we go. This is where we're going to get the conservative line on this.
Well, Sydney Sweeney is facing woke backlash as the face of American Eagle jeans. The superstar actress announced her latest partnership with the brand, launching a new campaign highlighting her, quote, great jeans. Take a look.
Every time
Sydney Sweeney.
Every time I see these ads play, it's a different video. Like I would like to see a compilation, which is all of them.
Announced her latest partnership with the brand, launching a new campaign highlighting her, quote, great jeans. Take a look.
Jeans are ripped.
Sydney Sweeney has very
Al-Haddad.
But some on the left
The dog runs
no
away.
time attacking the advertisement and its tagline, saying that it's not about a pair of pants. It's actually racist. Salon Magazine writes, quote, the phrase, used in bold on billboards in Times Square in Las Vegas, was designed as a denim pun. But online, many saw something else. Great genes, G-E-N-E-S,
It's designed
a phrase
as a denim
historically
pun.
used to celebrate whiteness, thinness, and attractiveness. Others described the slogan as too close to master race propaganda and said it echoed eugenics-era language.
Why are you
used to
reporting on
validate and
Salon
promote the
magazine? You
superiority
can
of
report it
white
yourself.
beauty. Harris, I come to you first. You have young daughters, and we love fashion together. Are these criticisms valid? Will it have an impact?
I can tell you that in my household, we wouldn't even think of that. I have biracial children. I live with a white
Holy
Jewish
shit, I
man.
can't hear this at all.
I mean, what I thought that meant was, well, she was wearing some great jeans. I guess I'm really naive.
Yeah, you're stupid. It's literally about her genetics. Like, they make that abundantly clear. And once again, this isn't this. I don't think this is really the effect of an advertisement like this is really going to put down children that may not identify with Sydney Sweeney. They're probably like not really paying much attention to it at all. But what it is going to do is it just plays to people that already have these white supremacist views. It plays to people that are like, I support Sydney Sweeney because she's not black. She does conform to what I think a beautiful woman should look like. She represents everything that that's good about Hollywood, and a lack of a Sydney Sweeney means that Hollywood is replacing white people with minority people. It's like the people that get mad when they see black people on their television are the same ones that are getting all riled up when they see Sydney Sweeney and they're like, oh, she has great genes. Yeah, that's right, she does. She is white. I mean, even Megyn Kelly, she's like, yes, this is about Sydney Sweeney being genetically pure and white, and I'm going to support that.
It's long to be naive. But I also don't see everything through the prism of race. And I think you can find whatever it is you think you're looking for. And that's what I feel when I read about this. It's like, well, they wanted to see it this way, so they did. I'm more concerned about whether or not, you know, there are enough women in ads, that just like I was about women in sports. There's certain things that really do occur to me immediately in advertising.
How woke of her. Everyone's truth is valid. You can find whatever you're looking for in this video, and it's all of them are equally valid.
That really didn't.
And the counter often are saying, Lisa, is that, well, she's actually not that thin, the historically thin, that's been unhealthy. She's curvy and natural. She's
not that thin. She's not emaciated. That's the counter you're hearing? No, the counter is, I endorse the eugenics argument that the Jeans ad is making.
Biological women, so finally we're celebrating that, and that it has nothing to do with what it might imply to some people.
Yeah, I mean, Sydney Sweeney's success in this ad campaign has nothing to do with race. It has to do about returning to traditional standards of beauty, and I guarantee the same people who find Sydney Sweeney attractive also think.
If it has nothing to do with race, then how does it have anything to do with returning to traditional beauty standards? What the fuck are you talking about? What do you just mean, like someone with the big boobs? That's the traditional beauty. What are you talking about, dude? She literally talked about her hair and eye color in the video. She didn't talk about her figure at all. Oh my god. Dude, Fox News needs to get their stories straight.
Halle Berry is hot and attractive. Also think Jessica Alba is as well. This is about rejecting the Orwellian way of life that was shoved down our throats for 4 years under Joe Biden. You know, the war is peace, the freedom is slavery, the ignorance is strength. And I will add,
she has to refer to her notes. That war is peace, that freedom is slavery, that ignorance is strength. She has to fucking refer to her notes for this rant that she's doing. She can't even like peel it off the top of her dome. Oh no, this isn't about race. She specifically referred to her eye color and hair color, but you know, this is just about returning to the normal beauty standards. No, it's very specifically that she has blue eyes and blonde hair. That's what she talked about in the fucking ad. That's what they said were the good genetics. They didn't mention her figure. They like barely mentioned how her ass looks in the genes. It was specifically that my genes determine my hair and eye color. It gets passed down to me from my parents. And I have great genes. How about you? She's like, this is just returning to normal beauty standards.
hairy armpits is attractive, right? or attractive. So, you know, we were told for 4 years that like obesity is healthy, that Harry Styles wearing a dress on the cover of Vogue
My
magazine.
hairy armpits are gorgeous, okay? You think they're not attractive? Well, you haven't seen mine yet.
That, you know, the Doug Emhoff's daughter with hairy armpits, that's a model, that's attractive, right? So I think what is happening now is American society going back to what we traditionally see as beauty, which is just women looking like women.
Now, the other question is that was this purposeful, Rosanna? Because a lot of times...
How do these people get hired on Fox News? Has to refer to her notes during her Joe Biden rant that she's like, this is just women looking like women. right? That sucked. Get someone better on.
Driving controversy means driving attention, and so that drives up all of the eyesight and probably profits for American Eagle.
I don't know if it was something sinister with American Eagle. I don't know who was behind this ad campaign. Maybe it was some Gen Zer who didn't know the history, right?
That's
it could just be they were having a little fun, a little pun on words. But the good part, on the brighter side.
Bro, first of all, why is this ad the dog struggling to leave Sydney and she's literally holding it tight against her? The dog obviously does not want to be there whatsoever. It makes me not want to buy the jeans at all. Looks like the dog's fucking hate. Also, she's wearing ripped jeans. I guess that's a style to buy. Dude, these people are so fucking stupid. Is it that the SJWs are making a big deal out of nothing? And that it's just like, oh, this is just an attractive woman. I don't know why they're talking about race. Or is it that it's a Gen Zer making a pun to try to get a controversy to happen? Is it that they don't know any of the history and they're naive? Or is it that they were trying to like whip up a controversy so their ad would get a lot of airtime? Which is it? These can't both be the case at the same time.
I always like to look on the bright side. The bright side is part of the money that is raised from these jeans will have a charity component. It will go to mental health and I believe a domestic abuse, center that helps women. So there is something good
Like
that comes
an
all
AirPod.
out of this, and we're talking about it.
Yeah.
We're talking about, not that Sydney Sweeney needs any more publicity. She's gotten our attention in more ways than one.
Mark, are we exhausted yet? Or I should rephrase it. When will we
What does that mean? She's gotten our attention in more ways than one.
be exhausted by all of these attacks for everything? If everything is racist, isn't nothing?
I can't get over the hairy armpits stuff.
Sorry, Mark.
It was cool for a while, a couple years ago.
Just wanted to give you something to think about for the rest of the day.
Dude, this guy's sunlocked. These women are like, no, trust us, hairy armpits are not attractive. And for the last 5 minutes, this guy's just been fantasizing about like granola models with hairy armpits. He's like, God damn, those crunchy women.
That's the thing. It's funny they bring up eugenics. Show you how little they know about eugenics. Democrat Party, Planned Parenthood, pushed eugenics for 100 years.
What the fuck are you talking
Woodrow
about, bro?
Wilson, the great progressive president, supported eugenics. Eugenics was pushed and practiced in this country by the Democrat Party at the beginning of the last century and instituted against people who were mentally ill.
Who's the white supremacist party right now? Who's the one that wants to bring asylums back for homeless and or unhoused people? What the fuck are you talking about, dude? No, you're the expert in eugenics. So do you support it or not, right? Like, if the Democratic Party supported it in the past, why are you saying that people are wrong to be mad about it now?
Physically disabled and black people.
That's right.
That's the history of the Democrat Party.
Once
That's
again.
what they did. I'm
Once
happy
again,
to
they
talk
say
about
that
eugenics. I don't know what the hell it has to do with genes, but there you go.
Dude, holy shit, these people are so like, they just pretend to be stupid. I'm sure he's smarter than he actually pretended to be there. Like, he's like, oh, the Democrats supported eugenics. I have no idea what this means about, I have no idea what this has to do with genes. Really? You don't fucking know? He just is obsessed with those hairy armpits.
Over Sydney Sweeney's American Eagle ad. The ad's getting attention for its play on the word genes, as in denim pants, and genes as in genetics. Critics say it plays on themes of eugenics. Now a second ad, this time from Duncan, is drawing similar scrutiny. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest.
If Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican, I think her ad is fantastic.
The controversy.
I love how blatant he is about it, right? It's like, if she's a Republican, I think that what she did is good. If she's not, then she's a slut. God, you gotta love just like an old man that's lost all kind of social filters, and he just says whatever pops into his mind.
Over Sydney Sweeney's American Eagle ad has reached the White House.
My jeans are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has her jeans.
The ad gained attention last month for its play on the word jeans, as in denim pants, and genes as in genetics. Many saying it plays on the themes of eugenics.
The American eugenics movement.
That was part of the ad? Her crossing out the word genes as in genetics and replacing it? This was part of the ad? Okay, I mean, why are people pretending that it has nothing to do with genetics? Hey, thank you for becoming a channel member, Wendy.
The American eugenics movement in its prime between like 1900 and 1940 weaponized the...
Okay, anyway.
Nonsense, where
oh yeah, Megyn Kelly.
Controversy has gone political, pitting right-wing.
The nonsense where you are not allowed to ever celebrate someone who is white and blonde and blue-eyed.
Against left-wing.
It's not that they want to see more white women. It's that they want to see none of anyone else.
And now a second ad, this time from Duncan, featuring actor Gavin Castellano, drawing similar scrutiny.
This tan? Genetics. I just got my color analysis back. Guess what? Golden summer. Literally.
Critics quickly noting the timing and drawing parallels to Sweeney's campaign.
Talking about genetics? It's weird. It's weird.
No comment from Duncan, but American Eagle is defending its ad, saying it is and always was about the genes, her story. Great genes look good on everyone.
American Eagle stock soared after the ad came out. It's up about 5% since last month. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Andrew, thank you.
Okay.
The White House is reacting to the controversy over...
American Eagle put the Israeli flag on their Times Square billboard. I mean, yeah, literally, if you support the genocide that Israel's doing, you are like that is a form of eugenics, right? It's ethnic cleansing. Just one more thing that I wanted to cover, and guys, I'm gonna. There was so much more that I wanted to get to today, but we're going to have to cut this stream short. Let's just end it with this, though. So, look, just want to talk about this for a little bit. Look at how much shit we're seeing. Megyn Kelly's talking about this. Fox News is doing segments on this. The fucking president is talking about this. If she's a Republican, her ad is great. I think she did a great job. Okay. Let's see. CNN Jubilee. I was talking about this. I was talking about the Mehdi Hasan Jubilee debate with my friend the other day, and my friend was making the argument. He's like, oh, I think that Jubilee debate did a good job of pinning the conservative party to these open and like Nazi fascists that we saw on the Jubilee debate, and so it was good. And I'm like, okay, bro, but have you seen anyone actually, like anyone that's part of the Democratic propaganda machine, the Democratic Party propaganda machine, actually talk about this shit and try to try to hit it home that these people are Trump supporters, and then Trump supporters are, if not actual Nazis, supported by Nazis and representing Nazis? Have you seen anyone in the Democratic propaganda machine, the Democratic Party propaganda machine, actually try to nail these people to the Republican Party? Because we can see that clearly Fox News does a great job of nailing like leftist TikTokers that get that make that make commentary and they make content about like, oh, this Gene ad is racist, right? Like, sure, it is racist, it is white supremacist, but if you're just like a normie that doesn't really pay attention to politics and you hear that leftists are now being like, Gene ads are racist, you're like, wow, those people are crazy. It's just a Gene ad, right? Like, this is what Fox News does. They take the most extreme, most seemingly indefensible positions that they can find of the left, and they apply it to the entirety of the Democratic Party and all of their Democratic voter base too. They're like, if you're a Democratic voter, you're just like these people that are crazy and say that Gene ads are racist. But where's like the fucking CNN? Where are the CNN segments about Mehdi Hasan debating fascists, open fascists and racists on Jubilee? Where's the MSNBC segment about... Oh, actually, this is an MSNBC segment. Well, I guess we have one MSNBC segment about this. Forbes wrote an article about this. Like, they're interviewing Mehdi Hasan. Can we find people that are actually doing clips, like playing clips of this and talking about how, you know, these people are so far right and they're so fucked up?
Or in the centigrade.
This is a 14-minute long interview with Mehdi Hasan. It's not like playing on cable news. Mehdi Hasan, does NBC cover this? No. Did NPR do a story on this? Mehdi Hasan. Oh, well, they interviewed Hasan Piker. Where's the fucking Mehdi Hasan interview with NPR? So anyway, guys, like, look, we're going to see this right now, but the Democrats need to do a better job of nailing far-right conservatives and like insane bullshit that they see that conservatives do to the actual Republican Party. Like, and the Republicans are making it so easy for them too, with senators tweeting insane shit and following crazy people. Like, there's a guy running for the Attorney General of Texas that follows one of those fascists on the Mehdi Hasan debate. And have we heard any Democrats actually speak about that debate at all? The stock was down 9.5% yesterday. It's a meme stock. Yeah. Anyway, let's wrap this up with this compilation video of like Fox News and conservative media talking about this.
Liberals saw a white woman with blonde hair and blue eyes and thought she was ushering in the Fourth Reich.
They're now waging...
I mean, just like listen to how well they lie, right? Oh, Sydney Sweeney's a Nazi. And it's all liberal. All liberals think that Sydney Sweeney is a Nazi and ushering in Nazism. Like, they just lie. Like, can we just have a fucking, like, shameless... we already do have shameless Democratic Party propaganda, but it's toothless, man. It's just like, oh yeah, there's no genocide that's happening in Gaza. Just, like, chill out. And actually trans people are to blame for Kamala Harris losing the election. It's so toothless.
A war on hot chicks. It doesn't end good for a party that told us they didn't know what a chick was this time a year ago.
Yeah. The party's waging a war on hot chicks, and they don't even know what women are. The entire party hates hot women, and they don't know what women are. That, like, they just lie. They just say it's the entire party, and they just lie about positions to try to rake the Democratic Party through the muck. And it's working. This is the type of propaganda that actually works.
She is not Dylan Mulvaney. She's not a plus-size swim model on the cover of Sports Illustrated. She's not a male prom queen. She's a hot, beautiful, biological woman.
Well, they're saying it's about a return to whiteness. I think it's a return to hotness.
American society going back to what we traditionally see as beauty, which is just women looking like women.
It's sort of the revenge of the normies. People like looking at beautiful women.
Have you seen the women who are commenting about this?
They are so jealous of her jugs.
A little while ago, we had a very overweight woman in these advertisements. I don't think people wanted to buy those jeans.
It's not some crazy Nazi plan. Go look at ancient Greece. They typically did not have really fat people that they were modeling in their nude.
We're moving away from trans models as Sports Illustrated cover girls.
The Doug Emhoff's daughter with hairy armpits, that's a model, that's attractive.
The best man, the best woman, not the best man pretending to be a woman.
Also, isn't that they're referring to Kamala Harris's stepdaughter, Doug Emhoff's daughter? Isn't that her husband?
I think this is Trump's cultural shift in America, and I think Sydney Sweeney is a big part of it.
The same people who are today complaining that Sydney Sweeney and American Eagle could be Hitler are the same people who have been wringing their hands for months saying, how do we win back young men 18 to 29?
If you're struggling to get the youth vote in America and you're like, I got it, we don't like hot chicks with big boobs.
She's so hot, she could wear a Hitler mustache. I'd still date her.
Actually making a pro-trans argument at the end there. Anyway, that's funny. So Fox News, they just lie about shit. They ascribe the furthest left, like most woke position they can possibly find. They lie. They then lie about that position and then apply that position to the entirety of the Democratic Party. So look, at the end of the day, like, conservatives are actually pro-Nazi. They are pro-white. They're still going to be lying about that, even though you have some people like Megyn Kelly where the mask is slipping. I'm not talking about like the fucking like horror movie mask that it looks like she's wearing. I'm talking about the mask that she's not a white supremacist. That's slipping, and she's like, no, I do support that she's white. Megyn Kelly's saying the position that all of these people have, where it's a white woman, right? The white blonde woman is where that's their traditional beauty standards. And they're even saying like, oh, Trump wants to have a cultural shift back into traditional beauty standards. They say that it's just like a biological attractive women, but what they really mean is a white woman. And Megyn Kelly's the one saying it. But while they're celebrating like this Nazi ass fucking propaganda that American Eagle put out, and they're perpetuating by being like, no, this is about white supremacy, they're also just lying, and they're just being like, oh yeah, all of the Democrats hate attractive women. And it's just like, the conservative media ecosystem does such a great job of picking up on popular stories and taking the ball and running with it. They lie about shit. They don't actually do real reporting. They just lie about what they're finding. They bring on pundits to talk about stuff. I mean, Democratic politicians that are supposed to be campaigning. Like, we watched this Alyssa Slotkin video last week where she was interviewing with Crystal Ball and Sauger. She's not even willing to campaign on the Jeffrey Epstein thing. Democrats have no actual guts. They have no initiative when it comes to campaigning on stuff that's actually popular, that they can actually get wins on, but they think it's beneath them. And I just think that if you want to actually get popularity and support, you do shit like this. So anyway, that's all for me, guys. That was my rant. Thanks for watching, and I'll try to be streaming later today because there's a lot that I want to talk about that I didn't get to today, but I've been going for about 2.5 hours, so I'll talk to everyone later, and everyone enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.